Yo, 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 once again, we're back. This is Witches Messages Podcast. I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
Got my dog Marco in the building.
What's happening?
I got my dog Meek in the building.
What's good, people?
This is Do Work Media.
Yes, sir.
This is
Another
Do
good
Work
Sunday.
And it's lit right now. How y'all fellas doing, man? Meek, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro.
Bro, I'm good, man.
All right. Marco, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Just chilling.
Parallel
Alright.
taking off.
Yeah, summertime. Coming back at it. Yeah, man, we just trying to do our thing, man.
Need the shorts be. Need the
New
shorts
drop
be.
this month. New drop this month.
New drop this month. And
Oh.
shit, no later than July, so.
Got you. That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So let's get into this shit, man. What's been going on this week, fellas?
Gunshots. Go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead get in y'all
It's
shit,
a war,
man.
It's a war going on outside. No
Y'all
man
go
is
ahead
safe
talk y'all
from.
shit, man. Niggas is ready to come in here, man. Y'all go ahead talk y'all
It's
shit,
a war
man.
going on outside. No man is safe from.
For sure.
Niggas is throwing salt on the city, man.
Man,
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. So I'm just chilling, doing my thing. As everything starts with me, I'm just chilling, And I see, hold on, man. Before I even do that, man, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for coming through. She had a great show. She kept
shout out
it,
to Meg, man.
She kept it
Right.
professional. Shout out to Chris Kalen holding it down with the good interview.
Always.
Shout out to everybody who had a part in doing that. There was a few hiccups along the way, but I'm gonna still hold it down for the city. So when we get into this shit, right, and I'm just seeing like a lot of people, talking sideways and just taking it further than the concert. You know what I'm saying? Just taking it further than where it need to go. Okay, apparently there was some security hiccups. There was some hiccups within that venue. They allowed apparently at every Meg Thee Stallion show, she allowed the fans to come on stage and drive the boat. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a trend that she does. Friday night, it did get a little out of hand. I don't think they had adequate security, so it kind of got, it was too much people on the stage or whatever. So that turns from too much people on stage to it not being a stage. It was niggas performing on the floor. It was, Charleston full of fuckboys and all the other, just...
Like there's a clip of Meg, like she on the stage and like it got to a point where they had to get regular niggas to get people off the stage.
There was niggas that in the crowd that was volunteering, like backing niggas
and she had
Salute
a
to
spot.
them.
She had a towel. She had look, and she had this look on her face like, but it was like a sea of people surrounding her. Like she was comfortable and everything now, but it was getting to the point where the security, however much security they had, wasn't enough, and they had to really get like the people off the stage and shit. But yeah, go ahead.
So, that went, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gonna talk shit or whatever, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the promoter who threw the show, they already addressed the situation, addressed the, whatever hiccups it were. Everybody's been apologized to, even Meg, she's been apologized to, everything's cool. Blase, blase, blah. Now, however, how does it go from... the concert being handled like not professionally to, just all around Charleston slander. I just don't get. I don't get now. And me being who I am, I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Hold it.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how niggas who just got KFCs and churches in their neighborhoods, get on the internet and start typing spicy. Because you're not even talking. You're typing. You know what I'm saying? You niggas got... all kinds of dirt road addresses and shit like that. It just got out of hand quickly. And I just wanted to understand, like, where was this coming from? So, I do a little scrolling. You got all kind of Berg speaking down on us. You got Columbia speaking down on us. And I knew that's why I didn't like Nasty Song.
Because of Meg?
No, yeah, because the Meg concert just opened up the Charleston hate. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wasn't understanding it.
Yeah, niggas took the opportunity to be like, that's why Charleston couldn't have shit and da-da-da, this and the
Charleston
third.
don't deserve nothing. Like, y'all niggas want to come here. Like, y'all want to be here. Like, I don't get why all of a sudden now we don't deserve nothing.
I mean, really, like, when it comes down to that shit, if she was, like, a music farm or something like that shit wouldn't happen. Like, you got to just look at that shit for, like, the situation. Can't just automatically say, "Oh, it's
well, we being a
No, it's not. I mean, when Yellow Beezy was down here, there wasn't no problems.
Yellow Beezy, shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, but
I can see that.
Man, that shit happen in any
this
city,
shit
man.
can happen in any city. You know what I'm
just
saying?
saying, for me personally, from what I've seen growing up, I just feel like certain venues, you just know like ain't none of that shit about to happen.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
places like even if she was at like a 20 grand. Security wasn't gonna let that shit happen, you know. It's just,
right.
You know,
It was just a venue.
It was just a venue.
It's
not a city thing.
And that was addressed. That was
and it
addressed by the
just that
promoters.
night,
You know what I'm saying? I just
other
don't
than that,
understand.
bruh,
You know, niggas been hitting me up on like, oh, you
niggas
need to
come
go
through.
in. You need to go in. I said what I had to say on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know where to meet. Y'all know where to reach me at on the TL. Like, I don't hide from nobody. My tweets not protected. But I said what I had to say. I ain't really gonna take up too much of my professional time. You know, addressing these bumpkins or whatever. Like,
No, don't go ahead, get your shit off, man. Because somebody said somebody tell you like, yo, you ain't like you gonna do it by yourself. Like, I'm just sitting back, I'm gonna enjoy this shit.
Man,
You see what I'm saying?
Shout out to Chrissy with the whole like I can't address because I put a name on it. You know, my homie Chrissy was like, you not gonna address this by yourself. You need backup. I slandered niggas by my
you
own
definitely
dolo.
did.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't gotta do all the dramatics and all that other stuff, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said what I had to say. You know, it's over with. You know,
Mark,
Lil Rue still trash. You know,
I mean, niggas already know what it is. I really don't gotta really speak on it like that. Like everybody knows, like everything come through here. Like y'all niggas really want to make some money. Y'all gotta come through here. Like y'all niggas.
we the real capital of
You know
the
what I'm
state,
saying?
man.
Like,
Like
y'all
when it
niggas
comes
wanna do
down to
shit,
it,
y'all
man.
niggas come through here. You know, everybody know this city alone bringing all the cheese for South Carolina. This in Myrtle Beach. Like niggas know what it is. Like
I don't even
when
think
niggas,
Myrtle Beach
like,
fucking
you know,
with
if
us
I really
like
want to
that.
get deep into it, like yeah, niggas come through the country towns, whatever the case may be. But niggas already know you gotta swing through here. Like I don't gotta swing nowhere else, but niggas gotta swing through here.
We know why niggas swinging through the country, man. And
And we only swinging through the country for one thing and one
we
thing
know
only.
why niggas swinging through the country. Salute to all of that. What's
For
going
real,
on?
you know what I'm
So,
saying? That's what I'm saying.
Let's
but
keep it a
niggas
buck.
Word, but niggas still gotta come through this way.
Yeah.
You know?
So, let's keep
It
it.
ain't.
Yeah. so we putting a pay toll on I-26. You know what I'm saying? You niggas need to start checking in now. It's gonna be a hot summer, man.
About to say, my nigga, where the pay toll gonna start at? Where it gonna start?
The pay toll gotta start at I'm gonna start it at the last one exit, man.
For sure.
I'm gonna start at the last one exit, man. You know, shout out to all my LA niggas.
That shit was crazy.
LA niggas gonna hold that. They gonna hold that down.
I think it had got to the point when I was reading the tweets where niggas was just. It got to a point where niggas was just trolling because niggas was like, "Oh, North Charleston ain't Charleston," and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
How? It's North Charleston.
Word, like anything Charleston County, nigga, is considered Charleston.
How
nigga.
is
Charleston
North
County? Then you have Dorchester County, nigga. Like it's very simple. If you are in Charleston County, nigga, you're in Charleston.
At that point, that's when I just thought I was like, oh yeah,
Bottom line,
this city ain't nothing, man.
Yeah.
This is some Twitter shit, man. Salute to everybody though, man. It's nothing but love, man. But y'all niggas gonna start checking in though. Fuck the dumb shit. For real. Y'all ain't getting crab legs unharmed no more. You know, fucking, no blue crabs for niggas.
Oh
That's facts.
man, so that's.
I mean, I wasn't there, but from what I was seeing on certain young ladies live feed, it looked lit. So shout out to all
Yeah, certain IG stories I saw really didn't seem like it was no issues.
Yeah.
Like she was mingling with the crowd and everything like that. So
well, like she do, you know what I'm saying?
Meg ain't had no complaints from what I can see. So
So, you know, shout out to her. Shout out to all the stallions that was in there because they was in there from what I can see. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of Clydesdales clapping around. So shout out to all of that. And you know, shout out to more quality events going on in the city, man. We need more shit like that.
big time. So let's get on this Tyson and Wack 100 shit, man.
Shouts out to Mike Tyson, man.
Mike Tyson, my goat, man. That's why I see my favorite boxer all time, man.
I would
Dogs with the shits in the ring and outside the ring, man.
yeah. I would put him as the GOAT.
That's
This
just my
before this
personal.
happened, like I would put him as the
Yeah,
GOAT.
this is my personal.
I
But
respect
dog, like
Ali, but I gotta put
that
Tyson.
video that he had about a couple months ago, like when he was showing somebody like some boxing techniques, like Mike still got that shit, dog. Like,
Even at 50.
bro, how many niggas you think could take a punch from Mike?
Not too many. Apparently, Wack 100 can't. So.
And you know this nigga lost this shit because when he was on the Instagram, he's like, yeah, you know shit, and you know Mike got to talking, and you know, shit, you know, I'm like, nigga, you lost, dog. Because if you won, if you would at least got a hit in, you would have been like, yeah, dog, I didn't get one off. I'm like, nah, nigga.
Hold on, but see, that's how we know. That's how you know you got to take any victory because you say got a hit off. You didn't say won the fight.
I was at least get a hit off. At least
that's a victory. That's a victory fighting Mike Tyson.
Where T.I. at least got a swing off on Floyd. You dig? Like, nigga, you just been like, shit, you know.
T.I. was gonna get that off regardless because T.I. he don't got it all.
Yeah.
That nigga was just like, yeah, you know, me and Mike, you know, then, you know, Mike get to saying what he was saying about Pac and shit. Anytime a nigga just be
what was originally that he had said about Pac?
He been talking crazy about Pac for a long time, bro. Like he been saying all kind of shit like Pac not really down. Pac saying Pac was swinging, was playing on the other team, like all kind of crazy shit. Pac was
You know Tyson ain't having that. Cause they was like really cool. That wasn't just like no celebrity shit. Like they was really cool. Yeah, they was really friends. Like
when they was in jail, like they was the only people like actually like reaching out to each other. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas forget Tyson. I mean, Mike Pac from New York, so it's like
exactly. A lot of niggas get. I think it's more so the new niggas. They be forgetting that Pac is a New York native,
Pac's
bro.
a
Like,
nigga, dog.
yeah, like don't let the West Coast shit fool you. Like, yeah, he playing that shit, but
born in Harlem, went to school in Baltimore,
yeah,
and moved to the Bay.
And even before then, he still was in New York when he was recording them first couple times, like off his first couple of albums.
I think that first album was recorded in New York.
I think so, yeah.
He was doing Juice around the time too.
So you know, quick history lesson for the young niggas, man. But yeah, shout out to Tyson.
You think we'll see that footage, man?
I don't think we'll ever see that footage. I don't think Tyson would even put that out. It's
he's
like
in a different space.
Yeah,
now.
it's
I
like
don't think
you know,
he even care about
and it's
shit.
like you know that he's trying to stay out of trouble. You never know, he might leak some shit, and you know anything can happen.
Mike still might be on probation for all we know. Like he's like you never know.
He's better leave Mike alone, man. He ain't with the bullshit.
Yeah, Mike's still a shark, man. Like you were saying.
Like,
Like,
facts.
That nigga
And everything on the mind of a shark is eat, bro.
I don't want no beef with Tyson, bro. Like any age, bro. Like.
Nah,
I ain't trying to square with that man, bro.
Hey, y'all ever heard the story where Tyson was chilling with like the Locks, and he was around Eve, and he was just like he was like, yo, Eve, I'll fuck you. Like,
what?
He was like, yo, Eve, I'll fuck you.
I believe it because
so
Mike is wild.
So Jada and Styles is like, yo, we can't beat this nigga, so we gonna have to poke him. Like we gonna have to poke this nigga. The boy,
let's go buck 50 Mike Tyson.
No, and them niggas is like, and Styles like, man, I really felt like a bitch because it's like really 6 of us thinking about poking one nigga. But it's Mike Tyson though. It's like,
I did not peep that.
Tyson,
they talking about that shit.
Yeah, they talk about shit on Drink Champs. I think it's either on Drink Champs or some interview, bro. They was talking about how Eve would like. Mike was like real aggressive with Eve, like, you know, I'll fuck you, Eve, and them niggas is like, yo, we gonna have to poke Tyson, like, we gonna have to poke
if it's 6 niggas, Mike knocking at least 4 out.
And that's what them boys said. Them boys said the first nigga who rolled gotta be willing to take the punch because
he gonna catch. He catching the cleanest one too. He catching the cleanest one with the most energy on it.
So it was like whoever comes first.
The first one going to sleep.
Yeah.
The first one automatically. The first one going to sleep.
Gonna have to, you know,
but here's the thing too. You gotta hit him too now. And Mike got his reflexes is crazy.
Like, he hit one and he already done start bobbing and weaving, so it's over with from there. So it's like anybody else stepping up, knowing they gonna get their ass knocked out.
Somebody gonna have to bust a Douglas that man, catch that man slipping, catch that man slipping.
Like different angles, all those can't charge at him at one time.
Dog, that's crazy. But I believe that because Mike could he'll say whatever. He don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, you remember the interview he had when he told dude, like, he was a bitch and all type of shit? Like, he'll fuck him and all kind of crazy shit. Yeah, I remember that. Dog, Mike is a wild mother.
Children, yeah.
Dog, Mike is wild, dog.
Yo, I remember when that shit first dropped. How old was we? We was like, had to been like 9 or some shit like that.
Bruh, we was young as fuck.
And like, I remember seeing that shit on ESPN. I'm like, dog, this nigga.
Dog, I might have been younger than that. I might have been younger than that, bruh. That man said, I eat his children, bruh. He was on a rampage though. Like, I never would have thought that Mike would have lost a fight, dog, because like he was I think he's really like the only. I know a lot of boxers was talking and shit, like did a lot of talking, but Mike talking and his presence alone intimidated niggas, man.
He buy a lot of real estate in your head, bro. Before you
facts.
Because
Facts.
He walked in the door.
it's not like he just talking to talk. Like he actually gonna come and try to take your head off. Like you.
Like I remember when,
there's plenty of footage that shows like what he's trying to do to you in the
like I
ring.
remember there was a time there was a face off, bro, like in the ring before them boys went on, and Mike was just like chugging the water and looking at dude, and dude didn't want no eye contact with him. And I was like,
you already lost. You already lost. Like you gotta at least look Mike in the eye. Cause if you don't look him in the eye, like you pussy, right. It's over.
And those were like the times where like he was knocking niggas out in like 30 seconds.
bro, I know niggas was mad buying the pay-per-views, bro.
Hey, listen, I've been to a few of them shits now. Like niggas done spent $100 on pay-per-view, fight 30 seconds. The whole house cursing, bro. The whole house.
Mike was famous for that shit, bro. Like, dog, like, and back then, how would you even bootleg pay-per-view back then?
Had that black box.
The black box.
Had that black box.
Where the black box?
That black box was saving niggas.
Get 100 channels.
So I'm not familiar with that. So how that shit basically work?
It was basically like the Fire Stick for back then.
Hell yeah.
Like you had the black box. You didn't have to. You could have basic cable, but you still get all the pay-per-view channels. Pay-per-view channels. That was all like the new movies would come on that.
That's the only way.
She used to come on like back to back. Yeah.
The black box had WrestleMania.
Damn.
And it had Playboy channel.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with that shit.
100 channels though. It was 100 channels. You know, because cable back then was how much channels?
It was like
30 something.
It was like
39, 38.
After that, that's when you had to pay for all them extra shit.
I know when shit started getting crazy, when that shit started creep up to about 60, 70. And then when it got the hundreds, that's when the hundreds was like the movie channels and all that other shit. But I remember when that shit was like strictly like 30 something. Because BET was like what, like 24 or some shit?
Yeah. For when I've been at, BET was 18, MTV was 35. ESPN was 7. ESPN2 was 41. The movie channels was like 37 through 40.
And then I remember a time.
I remember all that shit, dog.
HBO was like 40.
You know what really fucked me up?
Channel was 19.
You know what really fucked me up? Around like the early 2000s when they changed the lineup.
Oh,
so remember
that,
Nickelodeon with the like 23,
Yeah.
ESPN with the 26, 27. Damn, USA was like 25 or some shit. BET was 61.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
That was that Time Warner. Yeah. It was Time Warner cable. Because I remember when I was living in Charleston County, we had Comcast.
Oh, they kept the shit the same.
Okay.
No, I'm asking. Did they keep the shit the same?
Oh, no. Comcast was like, and then we had Comcast with the black box, so we was really getting off with that shit.
I remember the cable box that just had the box and the numbers was red. That's it. I don't even remember what. That's when I was staying in New York at the time. I don't remember who that was, but I remember it. Then when they still had that box when we came down here, though, so I don't know who that was.
Who was distributing those boxes? Like
I had no idea, bruh.
Who was the person who came up with the black box? Dog?
It was black and blue. Them shows like that big, bro. Them shows like the size of a Sega, bro. Real talk. That was probably like the real I got the hookup type shit, bro. You had to know somebody to get one of them shit.
Yeah, you did.
Then when they started getting sleep, I remember having a little small one. That's when them shit started to get phased out though. When niggas had to get like they box through their cable.
I'm about tired. Cable got to get out the paint now, though. I'm about
cable
tired.
Basically is almost out the paint.
Yeah.
Them niggas getting ridiculous with their prices, bro.
Then they try to always hit you with the full package. Yeah, we'll throw you on the internet and this.
No, but this how they get you. They hit you with a promo for like a year or 2 years, and then that shit spike up like fucking
they ain't gonna
crazy.
Tell you that your shit your promo about to be over. We look at your shit be $200 a month.
That shit wild.
With the sling and all that other shit.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Tyson, man. You gotta at least Tyson check that shit though, cause if this was any other platform, that shit probably would have ride. That's all I can say about that.
I kind of respect Tyson also for not putting it out. Like
No, I respect him for not putting that shit out.
Yeah, this Tyson. We already know the nigga he tapped somebody on the chin, they out. So we don't. You know.
Yeah, man. So we didn't have a chance to talk about the billionaire who had paid for the tuition because there was some crazy backlash behind that shit.
From Clark Atlanta, right?
Yeah, right. Because like his wife is white, so a lot of people felt like he really didn't. What does it matter if your wife is white and all that shit? So how we feel about that shit, man?
I mean, bro, it's a good deed. He paid these people's college. Like
we talking about like how much? Like it was something crazy.
It was like $40 million.
$40 million.
Like, that's something to be like. That's something to cheer. Like, why was something just because his wife is white?
People worry about the wrong shit, man. I feel like people, a lot that I've been seeing people say is, oh, he's a billionaire, but when he dies, his wealth gonna go to his wife if she's white and all this other shit. But we focused on what he did for those kids. What he did for those kids is gave them a major advance coming out of college. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They have
Like,
a clean slate.
they have a clean slate. Don't have to worry about messing up. Yeah, they're not taking on any debt into the real world. You know what I'm saying? They're not carrying on no debt. If they already had job opportunities, they can just go into them shit scotch free. Not gonna worry about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They good. Like, they can stack up their paper like as far as they want to now. They don't gotta worry about Sally Mae harassing them. Like, I think niggas is worried about the wrong shit on that. You know what I'm saying? You can feel how you want to feel about interracial relationships or whatnot. But you can't, like, that's some honorable shit. I ain't seen no pro black niggas do that, so I can't really talk down on this man for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we talking about that's one of the biggest downfalls in the country, bro. Is like student loans.
Like,
for him to knock that shit out the paint for a whole class.
We know a lot of black millionaires. This niggas could have been pulling in and do this for classes of college kids.
Salute that man.
So so that's what I'm saying. Like, I just can't respect the hate on that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get with it.
Dog, that shit was whack. When I was sitting back looking at that shit, and I was just like, dog, like, we got a W.
Yeah, it's a W.
Like, y'all trying to find something to dig up. Like, that's pointless. That's meaningless, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck.
It don't even matter. It really
that shit don't matter at the end of the day. Hopefully, we could get more of that shit, and hopefully one day get that shit nipped in the bud, point blank period, because, yeah, that's a big setback for a lot of people, bro. I would have loved to have been in that class, even though I ain't never had student loans. But if I was in that class, I would have been grateful as fuck, bro.
Honestly, I would have cried, bro.
I would have cried.
I would have cried, bro. You gonna pay for my whole 4 years? Oh yeah.
Dog, listen, I know a dude who said, dog, they still calling him out student loans from '95, bro.
Yeah, they ain't playing.
95. We talking about 24 years later.
Yeah, they ain't playing, bro.
They coming, man. They coming to collect. No matter what.
Like, what is that shit? Like $1 trillion deficit for student loans?
Trillion? I believe it.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
that shit that kill people. I didn't know they do that shit like how they do certain loans. Like, when you pay on the shit, you're not even paying towards the principal. They say you paid more towards the interest.
Yeah, you still paying. The interest is crazy on them shits, bro.
No, hell no.
The interest is crazy. Like, the little bit that I got, like seeing, like, everybody else, like, tell me their numbers, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, you good. They still be hitting you up, though.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I got my shit, like, resolved or whatnot. Like, nobody be resolved, like, hitting me up. But, yeah, like, when I be hearing, like, other people's numbers, I'm like, oh, yeah, I good. I can't even really complain. I just be like, oh, shit.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know people like 60,000, 70,000. I know one person with 150,000.
Yeah, that's like average.
Bro,
the average is 150?
Like, from that, like, that 70 to 100K, like, that's like an average depending on what school you go to.
Bruh, and then, Blake, you gonna die with that. You gonna die with that debt. Like, unless you just become like a straight up millionaire and able to pay
you can knock that shit
Yeah,
out.
change your life overnight. Like,
yeah, you gonna die with that debt.
You
but you just gotta learn how to live with that shit. So you gotta be a person. If you do got that debt, you just trying to make sure you get that shit as low as possible. That's what I do. I just get my shit as low as possible, dog.
Oh, so you got one of them shits too?
Yeah, I just get my shit lowest as possible, dog. If that means, no, I ain't gonna speak on some shit, but I ain't gonna speak on some shit. But I just get your shit the lowest as possible, and then shit, you just go from there. Because at the end of the day, bro, that shit gonna be with you regardless. Like, if you get a certain amount, man, you just, dog, it's just some shit you just gonna have to live with. You just gotta pay that shit the fuck off. I mean, you know you're not gonna pay it off, but you just
you gotta make a dent in that motherfucker, man.
You gotta try to pay it off, but you know, man, fuck that shit, bro.
Salute to that man.
Yeah,
though,
salute
man.
to that man. I don't really get like I don't get it, man.
Yeah, we shouldn't be worrying about that shit. What we should be worried about, and we definitely need to talk about this shit, is that racism that Meek Mill experienced at the Cosmopolitan, dog. I'm so happy that nigga posted that video. You guys see that video?
Yeah, I saw it.
Bruh, you could tell by looking at the white dude face in that video that he knew he was full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about he was trespassing and the information. Like, what information did these?
What
information did you get?
Tells us that you're trespassing. You're
My dog Meek was like, "What for being a rapper? You telling me if I go up there and get something to eat, I'm gonna get arrested? What am I getting arrested for?"
That don't even make sense. That shit didn't even make sense. That whole dialogue I was like, what?
They said that's not the first time that's happened at that place too, and of course they issued a fucking apology. So,
I mean, I know, man.
You just gotta go places where people accept you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are there any black-owned casinos?
Nah, I don't think.
That one that Nipsey Hussle was working on, that was gonna be like a one that had black ownership in it, but I don't think there's no black-owned casinos in. Yeah, not no major ones at least.
Because even from what I heard, they only got one place in Vegas that plays like straight hip hop music. I think it's like Dreas or Dreas.
Yeah, Dreas.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
That's the one that everybody be talking about.
That's the only one.
Matter of fact, I just saw Gucci Man out there. Nigga just hit for $300K at the casino.
Fab has a residency there.
Yeah.
Shit, then if that's the case, then they should all just put the money together and start one, just cause.
You think how you think Meek Mill played that? You think he did a good job?
Yeah, he did a good
he
job at that
shit. He
shit.
got no choice but to because
At the
they
Meek,
threatened
old Meek.
him with arrest, and he.
Yeah, he
know?
dealing with the shit that he dealing with now. Like old Meek probably would have handled it different.
I think he did well. I think he baited the man on. He's like, why? Because I'm a rapper. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog, they knew that shit was bullshit, bro.
Camera rolling, you know?
Also, I saw that Meek he getting a new judge appointed to his probation, if I'm not mistaken, his probation or like his overall trial. Like that lady that was like harassing him or whatever. Yeah. Like she's no longer handling his case no more. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's good for him. Like, cause the shit I've been hearing, like that shit was ridiculous. Requesting this man sing in court and all type of crazy shit. Like,
bro, that man still holding on. That man was still holding on from something from 2009, bro. We talking about 10 years. The man still on probation from something from 2009. Like that shit should have been dead. That man done did his time more than once. Like that's how I know. Like the system really is fucked up because, and the sad thing about it is like that lady black. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what make it even worse. Is like like what it is that we go through, and here you are trying to hold this man back, who get back to his community, like who trying to make a change in his life from where he used to be at, and like for this man to still be going through that shit, all because she ain't get what she want out of the deal, like that shit is trash, man.
What was it that she was looking for? Like,
there was a whole bunch of crazy stories. Like she basically was just on some shit that there was some crazy story about how like she wanted him to do something.
Yeah, she was trying to get him to sing like Boys and Men songs.
Or some shit, some crazy ass shit, man. Yeah,
like making him like.
But she has a personal vendetta against him just cause. So like any little thing that he do, like she'll use it and put the harshest punishment on him. Like when he left to go to the she tried to pin him for when he wanted to go to the LA for the awards. She tried to use that on and put a harsh thing on him for that. Try to get him locked up another year for that. So it got to a point where it was just consistent with, obviously it's some clear, like, you got some personal issues with this man. That's what it was. Because remember the last time he got locked up was for popping a wheelie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Grant, you're not supposed to do the shit, but at the same time, like the officers didn't really. She basically at the end of the day, she had too much power in her hands. No judge should be able to have that much power with somebody's life, bro. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. But with that whole casino situation, dog, like I just hope, like, I don't want to see more of this shit, but it should be more of an eye opener, dog. And on top of that, it don't matter how much money that you making, bro. Wherever you go at, you just gonna be looked at as a nigga, dog. That's what I really took away from that shit. So you really gotta watch. You really gotta watch how you moving out here, dog. Like, don't think shit sweet with these white people in power, dog. Like, they really don't fuck with you at the end of the day.
I just can't get what, like,
they fuck with you if you beneficial.
Like, here, like, for this to be a black woman doing or something, like, that's wild to me, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to, like, project it that all black women like this, but that's just, like, disappointing that, you know, that that's happening, like, in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
For it to be a black judge is worse.
Like, that's just disappointing.
It's worse. I expect it from a white person, like, definitely, but for it to be a black woman, like, come on, man. We trying to push the envelope forward, and you holding this man back because you got a personal vendetta against him. But yeah, hopefully, like, I want to see how this is gonna affect them going forward. Probably won't affect them much.
Because like Meek Mill can do way more and more beneficial to this community if he is out of jail than he is in jail. So I don't see why they would want to keep trying to put this man in jail.
What?
Ass backwards.
Yeah, she was trying to get him to sign a deal. She was trying to get like autographs out this man. Like she was just requesting.
It's just wild, requesting wild shit, man. requesting wild shit. Of
Trying
course,
to
of
make
course she denied it. Of course she denied it. That's the first thing she gonna do. But that man ain't got no reason to lie about no shit like that. We ain't never heard about that shit from nobody else. So what reason he got to make up that shit? Shit don't make no sense to me. But salute to Meek for that. And hopefully, dog, we can get some shit popping as far as like. And honestly, as much as niggas spend time in the casino, I'm surprised ain't nobody never really kickstart that shit. It's like all the celebs that be in the casinos and shit, bro. I'm surprised ain't nobody start their own shit.
They looking at that shit the wrong way. They looking at it like, oh, we can come here and get money and spend my money instead of, oh, this could be a business venture.
Dog, you know how much money you can make out of a fucking casino, dog? Especially when you got the money to kickstart the shit.
Yeah, Casino, one of my favorite movies. I know. I know what's going on.
Anybody in here ever been in a casino, spent money in there?
Hell yeah.
So what's the taxing like in that shit?
The taxing?
Yeah.
As far as like if you
like you get winnings.
If you winning, when I ain't never really win no big cheese like that, but my uncle, for some reason, this nigga got the touch, bro. Like,
I got an uncle like that
where
too.
he played this little shit called the meltdown, and bro, if you hit that shit, bro, you'll get like you don't get nothing less than like 3, like on a little average, like a regular day. But if somebody done heat the machine up for you and you hit that bitch, my nigga, my uncle done hit for like 7, 8. You know, I don't think he ever hit nothing above 10, but he done, you know, it's tight, like, especially depending on which one you go to. Because I went to one when my peoples was stationed out in Washington State, like in Tacoma area, and we went out there, and like you'll stay there for like 2 hours, and they'll give you like this voucher so you can go upstairs, and they got like this buffet, get like king crab legs, like or like good eats, you know what I'm saying? Real.
They'll take care of you.
Yeah, they'll take care of you. They'll spend if you stay in that bitch long enough. But then like, you know, as soon as you finish eating all your shit, you're gonna be like, all right, I want to go back downstairs again. Like that's how they get you, bro. And like the more you stay there, the more drinks they'll give you.
I just want to know how much they be taxing the winnings, bro. Cause I know they make a killing.
I don't think they really tax.
They get their
like
money
that.
off. They get their money off like the bets going on the tables.
Word.
So
and
it's
like the more you
everybody
lose,
don't hit all the time.
Word. And like and casinos really go off like their business is like.
That's why like
they go off the losing. Like if you lose, that's money for them. So
that's why like I know people that hit for like 20, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they hit, the manager come talk to you. Like, hey, like how you doing? Like I got this room voucher for you. They'll give you a suite. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you to stay there so you can spend your money in there. Yeah. Keep the money in the building. That's how they do it. They'll bring you a platter of drinks. Like, hey, drink up. You know what I'm saying? After this platter, you buying drinks. You know what I'm saying?
And then like if you win like a certain amount, and if you trying to dip, them boy like escort you, make sure you get out. You know
I do see that. I do see that. If you get a certain amount of money, like they'll escort you out the casino and shit like that.
But man, if you play the dog, if you ever in the casino and you see the game meltdown, bro, like, and the shit is so easy to win on, but it's like you just like it's one of them games, bro, like. You gonna keep playing that shit, like, cause you gonna feel like, damn, this shit is so easy. I know I can hit this shit. It's that easy, but it's really just like it's really the luck of the draw. But it's going to casino fun though, bro.
I was just in Tacoma, matter of fact, that you say that.
I seen that shit. I about to say how you enjoy the Pacific Northwest, man.
And man, the air is clean.
It's love out there.
It's love out there. It's like the different vibe, man. Like it's a completely different vibe
out there.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope to have their own, like, just have a casino, just a black owned casino though.
Yeah, that would be dope.
The shit, man. But tell me how your shit, because I've been to Seattle a couple of times.
That plane ride over there is a bitch though.
It is.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
where'd you have your layover in?
Had my layover in Detroit.
Damn, I had my shit in Houston.
It was trying to take us to Houston, but they switched it to Detroit. I was in Detroit for like a couple hours or whatnot. You was
able to get out the airport, or you just
I really was trying to risk it.
What you went up to Seattle for?
I had to take my daughter out there, so I was out there or whatever. I was out there just chilling and shit like that. The smokes is good. You know what I'm saying?
They got the dispensaries out there on deck.
Out the ass.
Word.
It's plenty of dispensaries. It was like 5 minutes from where I was staying at. I could have walked in that bitch if I wanted to.
And there's some good shit in there.
Yes,
Pressure.
it's
Man,
pressure.
I remember one time when I was out there and I was in a Walmart parking lot. My people They went to Walmart to get some shit. Man, bro, I smelled some gas so strong it made my stomach start turning. Like, it was so strong.
That
But
cat
it-
piss.
Word, bro. That shit made my stomach damn near start, closing up. That's how good that shit been. That's how good it smelled. Like, we have some
Man.
pressure.
I mean, it was good to, be smoking this shit that's around here, fly out and smoke some clean, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Clean weed, you know what I'm saying? Not the other shit, clean. But, yeah, man, it was good, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, you went to downtown Seattle?
I didn't get to go downtown. Like, I was, like, in the outskirts. It was a town called, it's a lot of Indian influenced towns, man. What that
Yeah.
shit was called, man? Pool Yappa, whatever that shit was called.
Word.
I don't know, man.
Man, that shit. And then
Yeah, that shit was cool though.
And then like the people out there, bro. Like when you go out there, you realize it's not like a bunch of like dark skinned people like colored like out
Yeah.
there. Like when we go out there, everybody's pretty much mixed.
Yeah, it's a lot of like yeah, like you said, mixed people out there.
So speaking of that, how y'all feel about Illinois legalizing that?
I fucks with
recreational
Illinois.
I
weed?
fuck with it, man. I'm gonna take my trip to Chicago. So I
Fuck with it, like that's. I mean, shit,
Word.
salute to them. South Carolina.
They gonna be last. They gonna be last. They
Yeah.
gonna be last. They gonna be last.
We gonna be dead ass last, right? Like we are everything else.
Like, I don't smoke that shit, but I hope y'all get that shit, man, for real. Like,
We
I'm
gonna
for
be
y'all
last,
getting
like
that
how
shit,
you
man.
say, like you said, we're gonna be dead last, and that's just what it is. I think they just now starting to study South Carolina, just starting to look into doing like medicinal use. So
I ain't lying, man. My doc gonna look out. Real talk. My doc gonna look out. I don't know about the rest of these niggas, but I'm gonna keep it trill. My doc gonna look out for me, dog. Me and my doc like this, cause my doc gonna look out for me, dog. So as soon as that medical shit pass, bruh.
I need to go ahead and get on down with the get down.
Word, man. Y'all got, hey, man. If you got you got a physician or whatever the case may be, dog, you better find you a doctor. Shit, cause when that shit hit,
I don't think that shit gonna hit no
Boy.
time soon, though, man. What you think, Mac?
Shit, North Carolina about to turn next, but
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Carolina gonna be last.
Man, we're gonna be dead last, man.
man.
Who was the Illinois rapper who got caught slipping? Reed?
Oh yeah, Lil Reese got caught
Man,
slipping.
yeah, Marcus texted me about that shit yesterday, bruh.
Is this the end of an era?
Dog, that shit.
Drill is over.
Is drill over? Is niggas going back to the hands?
I don't know.
I don't
It's like
know,
the
bruh. That
guns.
shit-
Is the guns played out?
I felt bad looking at that shit, bro. Like, I feel bad for dog.
Is that my dog Super Savage, man? Come on, man. I ain't even gonna clown gang. Niggas get caught slipping every day. It's like, just gotta be more aware and more,
No, but man,
and
bro,
more
niggas
cautious
don't-
out here,
niggas
man.
don't shit on themselves though, my G.
I don't know if this is true. I didn't confirm this, but from what I've been seeing, a lot of people saying he got Crohn's disease.
Yeah, bro.
So it's
but
like,
still, bro, you
you
still
can't
shit-
control it.
I know you can't, but still, dog, don't boy get you shit on yourself, dog. Like
I mean,
it's fucked up, but you still shitting on yourself, my nigga. Like little boy catch you, little boy got you down
Yeah,
bad.
I get scared, man.
It happens, man. But damn, bro, you can't shit on yourself, dog. I don't care how down bad you get, bro. You cannot shit on yourself,
Hey
man.
man, you can't. What if you couldn't control your movements, bruh? Crohn's disease, you can't control that
You
shit.
better use your 2 feet, my
He
nigga.
really
You
do
better
got
get
Crohn's?
the hell out of Dodge,
I mean,
bro.
from what I've been seeing, like a lot of people saying, like he got some type of like bowel disease where you can't control him or whatever. So it's like,
Oh, damn.
You know,
That's fucked up.
but still, man, you just got caught down bad. You know,
he ain't caught down bad, man.
'cause he
Niggas-
got, I know he got like some legal issues, so I'm pretty sure he can't just walk around with the hammer on him. So
that's what I was asking. I was like, why is Lil Reese even still in Chicago? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was everybody was telling me he still got like trial dates and shit like that. So
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But I mean, when you live in a certain way, you gotta be more aware, more cautious, man. You know what I'm saying? Be more calculated.
Dirk turned himself in.
Yeah, Dirk just turned himself in.
Yeah,
Dirk,
Y'all think that shit gonna hit? I don't know, man. These cases, I really can't judge them, man. Like, I don't really think Dirk gonna get hit hard, man.
I mean, they don't got no witnesses or nothing like that. So I guess it was just like.
I mean, he
precaution.
maintaining his innocence,
Yeah,
so.
precaution for him to turn himself in.
And I don't want to see Dirk locked up, man. I don't want to see nobody get locked up. So hopefully he beat that shit, man.
And I heard the dude who I guess they like shot. I heard he's in jail in Chicago.
Yeah, he
for,
in
like,
jail
shooting
for
up,
shoot
like-
somebody else too.
Yeah,
so.
so, yeah.
Nah, he had an isolated situation in Chicago. He's already in jail for that.
But I think Dog snitch on Dirk.
Oh, he
shot
did?
Dirk. Yeah, when he shot at Dirk. I mean, how else are you gonna know? Like,
Oh, yeah, you're right. 2 and 2 together.
yeah.
Damn.
That shit fucked up. Y'all heard about that Virginia shooting though?
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
What was going on with that? Cause I don't
Yeah,
really...
man. Shout out to the I checked on people that I know stay in Virginia.
Word, me too.
So hopefully, thankfully they didn't stay in Virginia Beach, but
What happened?
So it was a mass shooting. Like, I
just
heard,
mad. She was like a disgruntled worker or some shit, and just decided to shoot up the place where they work at and shit. Killed 12 people, and injured like 3-4 more.
Word, man. Shout out to VA Beach, man.
Then
Damn.
everybody, and the first thing that people want to see is like gun control laws and shit like that. But it's like, bruh, like, it's be the people, man. It be the people. It's not the guns, dog. Like,
I'm pro-gun, bro.
Me too.
I'm pro Second Amendment, bruh.
Yeah.
Right to
I'm
bear
pro-gun,
arms,
bro.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, you damn right.
Yeah, I don't want them boy to take everybody's gun because when they take everybody's gun, how we gonna defend ourselves?
Yeah.
Oh, and just the police gonna have them?
Yeah,
and the
the police gonna have
government?
'em,
Nah,
the
fam,
government.
can't roll with that.
So we already at a disadvantage already without all the niggas being strapped.
I'm
it's
pro Second Amendment,
You know,
fam.
I mean,
too.
unfortunately, you got
So-
situations like this, and I feel like you got situations like this happen because, like Mike said, everybody not stable enough to have a gun.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should punish people who just have a genuine concern for their self protection
Exactly.
due to a few bad apples.
We need some more just like better mental evaluations. When I feel like
It's too
'cause,
easy.
yeah,
to
it's
get a
too
gun.
easy to get a gun now, bruh. So I feel like people need to go through some type of
Psychiatric.
some type of
evaluation.
You know what I'm saying? Just to see if you just like
Like, you
common
definitely
sense,
right. You definitely. I mean, cause I thought the shit when I went and bought my pieces when I went up there, like I thought the shit was gonna be like,
go through a process.
but it really wasn't. They just ran my background. Like they would tell you, like, yeah, we just gonna get in contact with the FBI and shit like that, and that was it. Dog came back in 3 minutes, and I walked out with both my pieces, and that was it.
Yeah, see,
Quick.
Word.
Quick. So yeah,
See, the thing is, like, you did that shit. So
that's really like the only thing that they do.
So imagine for a nigga who like really got like bad intentions, dog, and like they can just go in
Coming
there
in with a smile and
and just grab
play it
all
off.
the guns they want, bro, and just go out and just wreak havoc. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
it's like I don't, cause I had to ask y'all about I didn't mean to laugh just now. I had to ask y'all about like even what happened is like I don't want to say I'm like desensitized to the shit. It's just like when I see like mass shooting, I'm just been like, all right, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't care. It's like
You see so much, man.
you just see it so much, and it's like such a normal thing now. Like when the school shooting happened like a few months back, I was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that I don't even
There's too
care
much of
about
that
it.
shit
It's just
going
too
on,
much of it
bruh.
going on.
And it's like you never know when that shit can happen. Just like dog, like just like with the Charleston 9, you see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like for it to be so close to home when that shit happened is like, damn, bro. Like somebody really could just walk up in anywhere and just kill motherfuckers with no problem.
What y'all think about the dude burning himself in D.C.?
I really did he have like a mental issue or was
they
it like
trying
a
to say
statement?
they trying to say he was high on K2 when he did the shit.
See, man, they trying to bring that false narrative on the weed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That false narrative
Yeah.
on the gas,
What is
man.
exactly is
People
K2,
can't
bro?
do that,
It's
man.
like
People
a-
can't do
it's like-
that.
I thought that shit was like a cocaine drug or some shit.
Nah, it's like it's synthetic weed basically. So it's kind of like spice. You ever heard of that spice shit?
Mm.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm-
you've probably seen this shit
Yeah, I
in
seen
a
that
in a
shit.
corner store or gas station. Like they got this shit like in little baggies and shit. Like it look like weed, like, but it's supposed to give you like a high without having THC in your blood system. But from what I've been seeing, like niggas be fucked up out here off that shit.
I'm
Like
just saying, bro. I've seen K2 before. K2 does not look smokable. Like, why would a nigga look at K2 and be like, "Yeah, I want to put this in my blunt"? Like, that shit looks ass. Like
just imagine
it
how
looks trash.
Like
what
listen
the
to
fuck?
shit. Listen to how the shit sound. K2. What is that? What
That
is
sound,
that?
that sound like some shit you just ain't supposed to be taking.
Yeah, that
period.
sound like a chemical or some
It
shit.
sound like a chemical. Yeah. That's exactly what that shit sound like.
They sound like they mixed the K2 with the fentanyl. Niggas mixed the K2 with the. That's what it sound like. Yeah, we about to cut the K2 with the fentanyl.
Trap talk. nah, that fentanyl is evil, man. For real. But yeah, man. I did hear about that dude that burned himself. A lot of people conspiracy Mo go off. So a lot of people have been saying he's trying to that was more like a message to the government. He was trying to send a message. I don't know what this message is, but apparently like they was referring to like when a priest or like a Dalai Lama burned himself like a long time ago in front of the a Congress building in what was it, Beijing or some shit like that. They were saying he was sending the message about like peace and like restoring peace and shit like that. So he was sacrificing himself basically. So they're trying to compare it to that. So I don't know, man.
So what happened after the Dalai Lama in Beijing burned himself?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to educate myself more on that.
That shit crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit is crazy though. I saw that video. I was like, wow, like, and niggas just walking by this nigga on their phone and shit. I'm like, bro, like, we really in like in a different time, bro. Like, a nigga like walking by me on fire would not have me on my phone. Like, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like,
somebody call 911.
Like, what is going on? Like that shit is wild, bro. Like phones, like that phone shit is crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
Niggas be like, y'all heard of that shit when a dog was drowning?
Oh, at that party?
Yeah. Like,
yeah. Everybody recording him and shit? Like, yeah.
Did he pass away?
Yeah, he passed, unfortunately. Yeah, he did. From what I was reading, they were saying he'd been in the water for a long time before anybody even noticed him.
Like, why isn't common sense so common, man? Like,
and why did it have this party with all these people with no type of lifeguards?
Knowing damn well these people half of them couldn't swim. You know,
if you throw pool parties, bro, you need to have a lifeguard.
You got all these people around him who not like certified, like just banging on this man's chest. Like they don't know how to do CPR and administer that shit. Like,
I heard he got thrown in the pool though.
That's even more fucked up.
You gotta stop throwing people in the pool.
Whoever did that need to be prosecuted because a lot of people
can't swim.
Do not know how to swim. Like you can't play with people's life like that.
Hey, real talk though. Like a lot of people might think I'm crazy with saying it, but a lot of black people really can't swim because of slavery, bro.
Yeah.
Like facts, like when them boys used to throw them off the boat, like that's where that shit came from. Like so that shit is it's weird, but it's like instilled in a lot of black people. That's why like they scared of water. A lot of people
are scared of like
a lot of black people are scared of water, bro. Like and that shit traumatized them. Like that shit is just you can't just be throwing people in the pool, bro. Like I know people personally like who are scared of the water. Like they don't like they'll go to the pool, but they really won't get. Yeah, they're not getting in. And like that shit, like when I heard about that shit, kind of hit home because I lost a homie who drowned. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit just ain't cool. The fact that accidents do happen. You see, like well, my boy was just an accident. That shit happened. But if you throwing somebody in the pool and they can't swim, bro, like that's even more fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So people got to stop with that shit, man. Like. It's funny, like, cause I've been around pool and pool parties and shit like that. Yeah, they grab the girl, throw the girl in the pool, this, that, and the third. But like, nah, bro. Like, it can happen just like that. Like, I just saw the video before we record of the 10-year-old who saved her sister, 3-year-old sister, like in the pool, bro. And it's like they had no idea that she was struggling, and she was fortunate because she was over there struggling for like at least a minute. You got to think now when you struggle. That's a long fucking time, bro. If you don't know how to swim, that's a long time, bro. You can drown in 4 seconds.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like
you don't even got to drown in like a lot of water. You can drown in like 6 inches of water.
You can. If that water get down the wrong pipe, bro, like you done. So like people really got to stop fucking with that shit, man.
I'm thankful that I learned how to swim really young, so like I can teach my daughter how to swim. So. I don't have to. Not saying I don't have to worry about it. It's just that she's better prepared. I'm prepared if I'm in a situation where I gotta swim. It's just like I want more of our people to learn how to swim.
Yeah. One day when I had kids, I want my kids to be in swimming lesson classes.
Shout out Forest Park. Shout out the Boys and Girls Club downtown. That's where I learned how to swim at. Mr. T threw me in the pool. Martin Luther King pool. Right here on the east side. So
that's what's up.
I mean, that's how I learned how to swim.
Yeah, man.
I learned how to swim because I used to live on James Island. So I used to like ride my bike to Folly Beach. And that's how we used to learn how to swim and shit. I never really, like, to this day, I really don't like the pool like that. And then the pool be nasty as fuck.
Yeah, I don't even fuck with pools.
Yeah,
like
we talked about that shit last week.
Like that.
Pools are gross.
Yeah, my mom got one, so like that's when I wouldn't have to worry about. But them public pools, nah. Y'all had check out that y'all heard about that series on Netflix, How They See Us? about the dudes who got wrongly
I
prosecuted?
heard about it, but I ain't watching.
I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah, I ain't really trying to watch.
I know after UFC yesterday, you be kind of desensitized for a lot of that black trauma shit.
Yeah, I ain't really fucking with that shit because it's like.
So what happened with the South Park shit? I really wanted to. I segue into that, but like apparently the lady, Linda Fairstein, the lady who had prosecute them dudes, like she got a book that's coming out, and I had just came across like people trying to get that shit off the shelves for what she did and how she needed to be locked up. Yeah. It was apparently like she had got the dudes like to make false statements. Yeah, they got
intimidated to make false statements.
Yeah, they got intimidated to make false statements. She like she look like she's 60, 70 years old.
With really no evidence against them.
Like they got exonerated. And shit. Yeah, but they was like real young. They was like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm. Then one of the dudes, he was like just with his homeboy. He wasn't even there. Yeah. He got the longest time. Yeah, she needs to.
She not gonna see no discipline behind that shit.
She needs to though, something.
It's just like, like back when Mike was saying, like, like the subscribing to the black trauma shit is just like when you look at like a trend in like movies and shit like that, like a lot of the movies that like they really try to push forth that we need to see, it be like some bullshit. Like when you really like break it down, like we gotta go through like all this shit to be like all right, like 12 Years a Slave, like that was like a critically acclaimed movie.
That was a good movie, bro.
It was a good movie. But when I saw that was the movie. When I watched it, I was like, man, like I ain't watching no movies like this no more, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just can't get down with this shit. Like,
and you done seen enough of it.
Yeah, I done seen enough of this shit, man. Like,
I see both sides, but I do feel it's important.
It's important, but I feel like
depending on what, like with the 12 Years a Slave shit, I feel like that is something that needs to stay in rotation, for the simple fact that as time go on, they could change the narrative if they wanted to.
They could.
You see what I'm saying?
But I feel like
you need to like that's like I remember there was a time they was even talking about changing like the wording as far as slavery in history books.
They already started doing that. Yeah. They already started that.
It's like, nah, workers, they were slaves.
I saw some shit where like they was saying like there was like a kid, he had brought home a worksheet from class and it was saying like they didn't even call it slaves. They were making it seem like they were like employees at these plantations.
Workers,
and the parent was like, nah, this bullshit. Like they didn't volunteer to come to America. Like they were taken from where they were at. They didn't come here. Like, they weren't given anything in exchange for their work. They worked for free. They were in harsh conditions. They was like the worksheet was like, damn, like they really trying to like change the narrative of this shit.
It's a lot of shit that I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just like a lot of shit even within that. Like they try to highlight like even like with Abraham Lincoln. Like he get praised for freeing slaves, but if you really think about it, dog, when he freed us, he didn't do it for us, and he didn't give us shit.
Yeah.
Like Martin Luther King said, we were the only set of people that when we were set free, we wasn't given no land to grow on, nothing, no type of agriculture, nothing, bro. So a lot of people don't notice when the slaves were freed. Most of the slaves went back to the houses that they worked for because they had nowhere else to go. And if you was roaming around, you would get locked up.
And you take it deeper, like most of the plantations that the owners, they were given money for losing their slaves. Like they basically doubled up. They got reparations. They got to keep all these
because
these
work suffered.
They got to keep these vast plots of land. They were given more grants They got their land back. And on top of that, they got employees. They can not only it wasn't free work anymore, but they can still get them pennies on the dollar. Yeah. So it's like
that's why I said like I know the most popular date is like 1869. You know but technically we really wasn't free, bruh. Like we really wasn't. We was just out here to roam. We didn't have shit. And the most valuable thing, even till now, to this day, but especially back then, the most valuable thing you could have had was land.
Right.
So just imagine if we was given our acres to start some shit, it would have been different.
Yeah, land and back then, really land and education, because there was a lot of slaves, who
didn't know nothing.
They didn't know nothing. But in the slaves that actually did know a little bit.
And you got to think about the slave owners who was raping our ancestors and the kids that they had. Did they leave them anything?
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
In fact, they were probably told not to even come out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
a lot of times they was ashamed, bruh. Ashamed of having a mixed baby. Bro, y'all ever seen Cadillac Records?
Yeah.
So you remember when Beyonce when the character, she finally met her father and how disgusted he was?
Right.
Like, bro, that's some real shit.
Yeah. That happens, bro.
That shit happens,
so
bro.
So imagine like if niggas start doing like they lineage traces around here. and start figuring out like, oh, like a lot of these famous like street names, they family. You know what I'm saying? Or like they got direct ties to these people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a box you gotta open.
So did South Park like just highlight something in particular, or what was it? Is it a new season or something?
I didn't know South Park even was talking about that shit. They was talking about the Central 5 shit, the Central Park shit.
No, not that shit. But you had mentioned. I'm going off of what you said on Twitter yesterday. What about y'all? You said it was. I didn't even get past the first episode.
No, that's what I was talking about. When they see us shit. That's what I was talking about. I was saying if niggas saying they can't get past the first episode, why are y'all trying to watch the whole thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I was saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, I just don't. I can't get down with it, man.
It's like, man, we see so much example of those already. Like,
yeah,
how many black trauma stories I gotta see to already like know
the Khalid Rada one was rough.
I was like, I'm saying, like, I already
that
know
one
what
was
the
rough.
fuck happened. Like, I don't want to see that play out. I don't want to see all that.
Then
shit
that man
out.
mom passed like right after that shit came out, and like I was like, man, like.
I just feel like as far
story, like,
in terms of that, I feel exactly what you're saying. But how that shit happened, like within the case and how the shit went down, I feel like it's important to be highlighted. Like that shit do need to bring the light, and her name do need to be brought to the light for the flaw shit that she did. Yeah. Now, as far as putting it on filming the series, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like it's shit like that be hidden.
And I be thinking like this too, man. If,
shit like that does need to be brought to the light.
It's been films like this, like highlighting like injustice towards us, and you know, have we seen any type of like, you know, like any change within the system?
Everything is still the same.
So I feel like now they just doing it because they know they can profit off it. They know this is it's a money magnet. You know, like
as far as a society, let me go. I know what's. How far do you think we have to go? Let me ask you this. How much progress do you think we made since 1960s? If you had to put a percentage on it from 0 to 100.
Like 30%.
I said 15 or 20 yesterday.
30%.
I'm with Mike. I'm like at 20%.
I'm gonna go at least.
It's a lot that has to be done.
25,
it's a lot that gotta be done for.
Why you say 25, 30?
I mean, because we do see I am starting to see like the ball rolling a little bit for the change, but you know, there's still a whole lot more work to be done. But I mean, even I would say from like 2013 to now, I feel like I've seen a little bit of change.
I've seen a little bit of a change as far as a little shift as far as like more black people in certain positions and stuff like that. I will say, like, there has definitely been a lot of change. Like, I'm glad that I can walk into places don't have colored only, whites only. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got to sit in the back of this bus or none of that shit going on. Like, that definitely has been a lot of change since then. But I do feel I'm still floating around that 15 to 20% rate. I really feel like we'll hit a plateau like when the positions of power become even.
Let me ask y'all a question, man. Do y'all think the the colors only shit, did that really benefit us or did that kind of hinder us?
What you mean?
Economically.
As far as segregation, I'm gonna be real with you.
Segregation wasn't.
Should have came on. We should have still stayed segregated for a lot longer. To be honest with you, because I feel like when we was segregated, black people had their own link. We had our own syndicate. We didn't have to fuck with.
We had our own ecosystem.
We had our own ecosystem. We had black owned grocery stores. We had
black. It was black communities.
Like
black communities.
Schools,
period.
Black
towns,
like,
black schools, black everything.
We kept all the money in within this, and you know, white people saw that, and they probably was like, you know what, we need to be a part of it.
We were sold false inclusion.
Word.
Yeah, but at the same time too, I get what y'all saying, but what y'all speaking of wasn't really going on. Like the colors only and the whites only, a lot of that shit was like we got the trash end of it. You get what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean?
All right, so say for example the water fountain. The water fountain, it would be colors only, but it wouldn't be like clean water like that with certain ones. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like the whites only would be like the pure water and shit like that. Like even if you had your own, they will hold you back. Like say for example, I'll even say a building. You can have a building that a black wanted to own, but the building can have so many fucking issues. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus the white building across the street, that shit is decked out. You see what I'm saying?
That's still going on now, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I just read some shit with Chicago. They were saying due to like the discrimination, like acts that was going on towards like the housing and all like overall like real estate scene over there, they were saying that blacks missed out on potentially $3.2 billion worth of generational wealth alone, just based on this is recent.
Yeah.
So it's like imagine like how long. This shit is. It's like all right, we get a victory here, but are we even still winning? Like when you look at like the bigger picture, like, when you think about like the bigger picture here, like we talking about like shit that we could be able to pass down to each other. You know what I'm saying? We've been stripped of a lot of that shit. So I feel like when I bring up like economical shit, I'm talking about shit that's gonna not only benefit me, everybody in this room. Like when we start to have kids and like we start passing shit down. You know what I'm saying? We behind on all of that.
Yeah, but even with them back then when segregation was going on, like we were segregated and they was holding us back.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that shit wasn't good. I get what Marcus was saying though, as far as that. It could work if we had the resources needed. We really didn't have the resources needed back then.
But you gotta think like
they had all the positions in the law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that prevented us from propelling us forward. That's what MLK was talking about, bro.
But see, the thing is, what like you have your own black community is you have your own black whatever the fuck they got. So we would eventually have our own black people to help us with our cleaning system.
We have Black Wall Street. They burn that shit down.
But see, that's the thing. That's what because they recognize
they know the power. They know the power was coming.
It felt like if we would have stayed isolated long enough, we could have had it to where like you know what. We have our own black filter systems. We know that they're fucking us up. They're trying to make the water over this way dirtier. You know what? As black people, we've always done that. We've always counted anything.
We always been the best engineers. We always been like the
niggas throw at us. We always know how to counter that shit and make it 10 times better. So who wasn't to say that there was gonna have somebody who knew how to work with the cleaning systems of the water and just have this whole this whole syndicate of just black people living in their own society, doing their own shit, not having to worry about them. They knew what time it was. That's why they would burn down Black Wall Street. That's why segregation was, like you said, sold off false hopes, and it was also sold off, we're going to use their economics. They can help us, but we're not going to help them. And they sold the dream like they was going to help us. So we should have just kept that shit to where we had before we made that transition.
That basically what it was. Is like, all right, we still not fuck with you, but now you can spend money with us. Yo, you can give us your biggest resource now, instead of pooling it with ourselves.
But like I said, I agree with that. But I'm just speaking about at that time.
No, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot. It was a lot more than just that. Like they had all the laws in place with us being segregated. You know what I'm saying? Now if you would. The laws is somewhat different now as far as like you don't have to worry about walking into Walmart and being like, oh, you can't shop in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Or you can't come buy this type of quality from this store. You got to go over here to buy this shit. That's what was happening back then. You see what I'm saying? So like I get in terms of of course, like we need to have our own communities and this, that, and the third. Like that's why I say it's still a lot more. I just want to get to a point where everything is even because like I was having this conversation yesterday. And like I be reiterating on the podcast, is like at the end of the day, white people do this shit. When you look at it, you don't even have to be a like bloodline in their family. If you white and they want to fuck with you on some shit, or they feel like they want to pass some shit down, they'll do it just because you white. So why can't we do this shit just because a person is black? Keep the shit black. Pass the shit down to somebody who black. That's how I look at it.
I'm with you, man.
See, man, but like I'm with that shit too, but. Not to like I mean just to
see the thing with them is like they shit is so a white person don't got to tell you that they don't fuck with you. They show you and they show you in the system. You see what I'm saying? They literally try to hold you back. Like with me on some type of shit, like bro, I just want everybody to have an equal opportunity, bro. And they take it as if you want to take. It's not about taking over, just taking over what's ours. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit that y'all had wasn't yours. But see, it just is what it is.
See, that's the thing. They know, like...
They've benefited so long. Like
they benefited so long, and they know, like, once we get it, we're not giving it back. So, they know that. And, and speaking of black people, we do need to work together, but at the same time, bro, there's always going to be, like, a sellout-ass nigga who, like, y'all could be doing the business together, and he might undercut you just to go break bread with the white man and try to cut you out. Like, That type of shit happens all the time.
I just feel
So
like
people don't
for
really speak on
for
that-
each
that
one
type
of those
shit
niggas,
happens
there's another nigga that can make up for that nigga. You see what I'm saying? Even though
Yeah.
it is a punch in the stomach, but I always feel like if that nigga's on some shit like that, then there's another nigga out there who ain't gonna
It's
be
true.
on some shit like
Yeah, it's
that.
true.
You're right. There's a lot of facts being spilled.
I don't know if I can't watch it now because I canceled my Netflix, but I just see what the people are saying, the reviews behind the shit. I heard nothing but good things about it though. I do feel like it's important though to highlight certain shit, you know, that's going on because a lot of shit can be quickly forget. Like I remember when Gordon he had commented on my post about the whole when we was talking about rap and shit like that, and it was like he was saying like how 50 years from now they'll say that Eminem created rap, and it was like that's some real shit.
Word.
Like if you don't keep shit cycling as far as the information about what really is going on, shit could change within a year.
That is true.
You see what I'm saying? Like they could really come up, and I chopped it down to about 20 years. It was like in 20 years they'll be saying that this man invented rap, and that's not the case. That's why you got to keep the information fluid. You got to keep it. Yeah, you got to keep that shit documented, man.
I feel that.
Yeah, you right.
Niggas would try to pull that off. Say Eminem created rap in 50 years. 50 years
Eminem
from now.
created rap.
The fuck out
I mean, when you saying document shit, I mean that's why like a lot of us we gotta keep our artifacts and shit too though. Like I still got like all of my my Source and Double XL and Murder Dog magazines from middle school and high school. I still got all those. I still got all my Hood to Hood DVDs, my Smack DVDs, Cocaine Cities. I got all of them shit like my little Boosie
That's
DVDs.
archives.
Yeah,
Archives.
you gotta keep shit like that because
Archives.
you know. Like you said, like niggas can be like, "Oh, Eminem did this 50 years ago." I can look back 2005 and be like, "Nah, that didn't happen." You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the reference. You know what I'm saying? But like, when we start, cause like I was about to say, Source they don't even make magazines no more. So it's like, had you discarded all your Source magazines, you know that information gone. Because they don't got no online archive for none of that shit. So it's
That's
like,
facts.
you got to keep all of that shit, man.
Yeah, I do just see us trending in a good way. Like, matter of fact, I just read earlier about what's the dude's name? Lonnie Bunch, the founder of the National Museum of African American History. He just became the director of the secretary of the Smithsonian, first black person to do that. So like,
That's A1.
that's definitely A1.
That is.
Especially when it comes to that, because now if he's responsible, like, you know, I don't know too much about it, like, it could really put a ship towards the history that's put on display within there. You see what I'm saying? So that was a W for us. Shout out to him for getting that. The first one ever too. So I just feel like it's gonna be a lot more, like, just like with us though, with anything, bro. Like we could really take shit to the next level, man.
Yeah, man.
Ownership is important, man.
Ownership important. People realizing
Keeping
that
your shit yours.
it's more than just, you know, just because I be trying to tell. I had to tell my little cousin this, like a couple weeks ago, because he was like he only seen famous niggas doing like certain things, and I'm like that's the problem. Like that's the reason why you probably feel like that, because you only seen famous niggas playing sports or on TV like rapping and shit like that, because you're not seeing enough representation of.
You could be an engineer.
You can be the engineer. You can be an engineer in the studio. You can be you can get a lot of money in the background.
Engineering, period, is one
You
of
know
the
what I'm saying?
biggest things.
Yeah, you could be. We need more black engineers. We need to take it back to that when it was like a black the famous black engineers who are inventing shit, like making shit possible, like, you know, figuring shit out for us and shit like that, making shit easier. Like, we need more of that. We need to get back to all of that.
See, man, but that's another thing. Like we had those back in the days, but you know, school fundings, all that shit get cut off, and then what areas do that only affect? The black areas. I remember back in the G where they had like music programs and.
No, if you think about
like,
it,
all that shit.
they started doing that recently. Like, I remember going to St. Andrews Elementary, and you know they shut the school down for a year, reopened it. That whole neighborhood done been like, everybody like that looked like me and you done moved out of that neighborhood because it's not a school there no more. Yeah. But all of a sudden, it's a math and science school now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a completely different neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like this, they do shit like this strategically. They'll close the school, open it back up. When everybody done move, it'll be a math and science school. And what you think they teaching them kids in there now? Coding, engineering, like base, like principal shit. And they taking that shit on to high school, and they be engineers now. This shit like this is done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep us from doing shit like that. So
trying to phase niggas out.
Yeah, try to phase us out. So
I feel like our networks, even like with BET, should go back to like being more informational.
What happened to Teen Summit?
Like even the Black College Tour.
Wonders now.
What happened to Teen Summit?
The Black College Tour.
Yeah, Black College Tour, like stuff like that. Like they don't
instead of just running reruns,
man.
They
don't even televise this shit no more. I
like
seen Game Boy 10 times this week.
Yeah, they need to just get back to like flooding that. It's too much information floating around for BET to just be stagnant like that. You know what I'm saying? They got to be a little bit more responsible with that network.
They spend more money on the social media awards than education on BET. Let you know where it's at right now.
You know, I'm glad y'all brought that up. I just read an article the other day about how the social media influencer, like, she couldn't sell like these shirts.
She sell like 36.
She only sold
she had 2 million followers.
She had like 2.6 million followers. Or like how they say like that shit is kind of like, cause me, and I asked my boy JT this, and I was like, I really didn't know what a social media, what's the shit called? Social media influencer is, and he was like basically just a popular person that people follow.
Basically.
So that's all it is, and
that's
they just.
all it is.
So how do they keep them engaged? Like, what do they do? Or it's just some clout shit?
It's some clout shit, basically, and that's the prime example of it. Because, like, if niggas not really seeing you like out in these streets and shit like that, I can have 1 million followers, but if niggas don't know me from Charleston, from being who I am, and blah blah blah, this podcast will have 0 streams. You know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't niggas wouldn't rock with me like how they rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's self-evident. You can't escape like natural groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like you mean to tell me you got 2 million followers? You probably get 1,000 likes just based off that 2 million followers, and you couldn't pre-sell because she was saying she was trying to pre-sell shit. You can't even pre-sell 36 t-shirts?
My boy was telling me he kind of like that shit, that shit is going away because now you get to earn your keep.
Yeah, and that's going to change Instagram too, because you got to think Instagram was charging niggas for the algorithm.
Yeah.
You had
You're right. Because if you want to promo and reach out a certain, you had to pay
to get in the popular
to reach a certain
getting like the algorithm to where like niggas can see your shit consistently.
You know, that's crazy. I did see that on the business side when we had our IG. I saw that shit and it was like they want like certain amount of dollars for you to reach a certain type of views and likes, and that's crazy, bro. But you know, so I don't like the algorithm shit because it's like it just take away from the
overall experience.
The overall experience of the shit. Like, really, like, it be times where I come across, like, people page, and I be like, damn, like, this is one dude. We always been following each other on Instagram since it first came out.
I forgot about
and
that.
every time he posts, I see the shit 2-3 days later, and I be like, dog, I literally commented under his post one time, like, bro, I never see when you post. He's like, bro, it just be that algorithm shit. I always miss when this man posts, bro. Always.
We in a twilight zone right now, bro. I'm trying to
and that shit is crazy. I don't like that. Just go back to the fucking chronological order, bro. Like, this shit is crazy.
You got
like, remember when everybody, all of them, like, especially like I seen like a lot of people was like, yeah, turn my post notifications on and shit.
Yeah, that's when that shit was about to go down. They was about to change up the algorithm on that shit. That shit crazy, bro. Like,
glad that shit happened because it shows niggas like no matter how much people you try to buy off, like the real
gonna fuck with the real, bro. And that's why like even
regardless.
That's like even with us, bro. Like I don't ask for no promo. I don't ask for like if you rock with it, you rock with it, bro. Like I just want the shit to grow organically. You see what I'm saying? But like
it's gonna reach who's gonna reach.
It's gonna reach who it's gonna reach at the end of the day. People fuck with it, gonna fuck with it. So like all that, you know, I get it. Yeah, you got your promo and shit like that. But like people really be going through it, like going through it.
I don't have a problem with the promo aspect of it. When you buying followers and you buying engagements and shit like that.
The buying engagement is crazy. How can you buy engagement, bro?
That's crazy. I mean, like in any aspect, if you're making money off Instagram and you feel like you need to pay for promo, I get it. But if you buying followers,
that's just like if they say you get a deal with Apple or something, you got to have a certain amount of views or likes. They can look at somebody's shit and see that they got this, but they didn't know that they bought that engagement.
Oh, they got something for that. You can, they can tell that shit.
You
like,
saw that crazy shit that I don't know if I showed you. They have like a room full of phones.
Yeah, that be streaming niggas like music and shit like that.
And it's just like basically like it's like they got the engagement set up on these phones to like double tap on shit.
Mm-hmm. Niggas using that for their music streams too. Shit wicked, bro.
I heard Tidal got caught up with
that.
that shit recently.
Who?
But I don't know if it Tidal for like falsifying streams.
I know. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I heard about that recently. I don't know how much more in depth they're gonna go into with
Speaking
it.
of Tidal, remember when you told me the other day that that whole album's back on iTunes, right? Back on Apple Music.
Apple Music. They about to get rid of iTunes.
They about to get rid of iTunes.
I just read that yesterday.
All right, can you go more in depth with that? I didn't
So-
see niggas been talking about.
So basically, like more iTunes was originally you can go to there to buy movies, to buy CDs and shit. So like if somebody's project would drop, you can go to the store and buy it, or you can just add it on your Apple Music. So now they just doing away completely with iTunes. So like Hove never had his music on Apple Music, but you can always go to iTunes to buy his albums.
Yeah.
So they getting rid of that. And when I saw that, all his work is on Apple Music except for Reasonable Doubt. That's the only one that's not on there. So when I saw this shit on Apple Music, I was like, that's kind of odd. Like, and I said to myself, and I was thinking, man, he might thinking about selling that shit, man. Cause Hove always been pro, like, buy some shit, make it work, flip it when it get to a certain value. So I don't know. I'm not going to really get into depth on the selling part of it. I just thought it was odd for him to put his music back on Apple Music, unless something business wise is not going down behind the scenes.
He co-owns Reasonable Doubt with Dame and Biggs.
Yeah, Dame is always gonna have his thing with Reasonable Doubt. That's probably why it's not on Apple Music. That's the only one that's not on Apple Music. But I remember buying that album in the iTunes store. Like I have it because I bought it in the iTunes store.
Bro, so what they go? So basically, like, what about all that iTunes catalog? They just about to flip that over to the Apple Music and make it stream.
I mean,
worthy?
essentially,
They
that's what
should.
it is. I mean, that's
essentially what it is. Because
That's
I
probably
damn
what
sure
it
better
is.
not
It-
losing. You
when
know how
you
much
think
money
about
I
it-
spent on iTunes?
Yeah, I don't think it makes
Shit.
even make sense to have iTunes and Apple Music at the same time. If you really look at it from Apple,
What I'm
point of view,
interested to see is though, are they gonna spike their monthly price? And as much money as Apple make, I would hope to think they wouldn't do that. Just keep that shit at $9.99, bro.
Shit, there's a lot of artists who still like independent artists who still eat off iTunes.
right?
So that's my.
I don't-
big little
Cause you
take.
gotta think now, like them days of buying the actual album. Because there's a lot of people like there's certain artists like I went and bought 444 off iTunes. That's just me personally.
Right.
Like there's certain artists I'm gonna go. Yeah, if I fuck with, I'm gonna go. But yeah, I can add it to my Apple Music. It's part of the.
I can see them just integrating iTunes into Apple Music. Like you can still have the option.
But how does
to
that?
purchase the music?
Are we gonna be done with sales then? If that's the case, because you
mean-
can't go to the store no more and buy CDs.
I mean, the shit been kind of dead when niggas was counting streams. If we counting streams towards this shit,
But they was still counting first week sales too.
But I've been seeing now like niggas just talking about like the streams, like what
Is a stream? What is a stream really worth, bro?
I heard it ain't really worth a lot. I heard it really. ain't
I heard
worth
that shit ain't
shit.
even worth a penny.
It's fractions of pennies.
To A Boogie, it ain't worth shit. But to that new cowboy dude, he getting all the money.
Yeah, he just made 300K.
I think you
week.
just gotta. I think you gotta make your money more work more out. You can't depend on streams, in my opinion.
Nah,
You can't depend on the streaming. You really gotta be moving your music.
unless you're like you said, like brother Lil Nas X nigga, like or Drake or some shit like that. Unless you're like a real major big artist, then yeah, you gonna get those big stream numbers.
Yeah.
But if you just or like another rapper, whatever the case may be, or whether you're an independent rapper, small scale rapper, you gotta get your money on like on the road and do shows and try to get endorsement deals and all that other type of shit. So the stream money is probably just a little, I guess like a little back end change, whatever the case may be. But I don't think no like regular artists is really counting on their streams like that. I don't really think they're looking at these streams that crazy. It's more the major big artists who are really focusing on them shit.
I just say a lot of shit is changing, man. Just like with social media, really did change the game, dog. Like when engaged, because even with like it went from like most of the time, like you got artists now who just drop their snippets now on their IG and shit like that. And now you talking about taking away iTunes, like You just gonna have strictly streaming, like, yeah, I might have to move up my timeline. I said about $5-10, like 3 years. I want to how this shit looking about 3 years. Shit really might be different in about 3 years, bro. Like when the 2020s hit, you might see a complete like 360 easily. That's the way I look at it.
It's like what I'm saying, man. Especially with like the way, you know, niggas could get into the streaming. Like all it takes is one nigga to learn how to really learn how to crack the code on that shit, and they really, you know, really spike.
Yeah, that's why, like, honestly, that's why I appreciate SoundCloud, because it got to a point, it really benefited the artists who wanted to put out music right now. Like, I ain't gotta wait to go do this or find some person to do this. Like, SoundCloud was really like, okay, boom, upload a file, and that was it. You was on. And honestly, bro, I would hope to see SoundCloud survive, because I know they went through a little time where they was kind of hurting financially, but
hey, man, Chance the Rapper made it all right, man. You forgot.
That what you say. Jury's still out on that for me. Well, at least in my opinion, bro. So I don't know about that. So I saw this tweet earlier. We talked about that shit before the show, but about the whole Frank Ocean shit and how niggas said niggas didn't start appreciating ones till Frank Ocean did it, and it's like, bro, like, where have niggas been at all this time, bro?
They was in 5th grade. They was in 5th grade.
Yeah, man, like, just fuck Dom, fuck Ye, fuck Wale, like, them niggas mean ones, like really fashionable like that, bro. Like, those are the niggas who really was putting on, not no Frank Ocean, and I never seen Frank Ocean like that, bro. Like,
I never realized people endeared Frank Ocean as this like fashion.
I never attached him to being no fashion icon, bro.
I thought Frank Ocean was this fashion icon, you know. I mean, I can see, you know, like, you know, Tyler the Creator's angle or whatever the case may be, how people want to do it, but I ain't seen that shit with Frank Ocean.
Dog, I never seen Frank Ocean like being headline or noticed for like anything relating to no Jordans, period.
Man, this nigga was at the Met Gala looking like the fucking security, like.
Yeah, bro. Them boys had to.
Proud of that shit was hard, but nigga, you still look like you finna.
Ye had on the Dickie suit, man. When I see Ye with the Dickie suit, that shit brought back some memories, bro.
This shit trill. Like, Dickies never really went away in certain whatever aspect. Oh shit, in whatever aspect, Dickies never really went away. Like, whether it was niggas who was doing like the all-in-ones, or niggas might have, like, you know, had the shorts. All I'm saying is down south and like West Coast, the Dickies is still a staple in these areas, you know. So this is a common workwear. That and Carhartt still get love.
I know, man. I never looked at Frank Ocean as any type of like fashion inspo or like, you know, I've never heard him even brought up as one of the freshest rappers. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it either.
Niggas be giving roses to the wrong niggas, man. Like,
yeah, like, you know, shout to Frank Ocean though, but he's not that guy when it comes to the ones.
And neither is Jim Jones, neither.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he was.
Jim Jones was really trying to go in on Wale, man. Like, nah, fam, we not doing that. That man is a staple, bro.
No, man. Niggas
and nigga, I ain't forget about the Ray Allens, bro. The Ray Allens, you and only Ray Allen had, bro. Like, nah, we not doing that.
Tell me that, you know, Jim Jones, right? Because at the end of the day, he's still a New York nigga, and New York niggas invented all this shit, and I'm like, nah.
No, definitely no. DC was the one who really put on for the Nike boots, bro. Like,
yeah, like he tripping.
It was Timberlands, bro. It was Timberlands over Nike boots up north, bro. Well, I'm just being 100 with that shit. That's facts. New Yorkers did not dub Nike boots, bro. That was definitely DC.
That was a DC.
It was Tim's.
DC,
that was it.
Baltimore. That was like their shit. You know, that New Balances, foam posits.
Right.
That's all DC.
That's all DC.
Baltimore,
well, DMV period.
DMV period.
I can't just say DC.
I
That's
remember
DMV.
when I was living in Virginia. Them niggas was like the first people I seen.
Oh, Wale was really the first rapper I seen like really like consistently rock the phone posit, bro.
Yeah, crazy. I'm talking about, and he was doing that shit in like 06. I'm talking about
before he blew up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Phone flights. Man, I remember when Wale had like the fucking Hawaiian SBs. Like, he's just been a staple.
I remember when he went on a rant one day and like posted posted his old Throwback Thursday picture. Like he had the olive nines and all the time. Like dog, that nigga
That's
been on,
light
bro.
work shit,
That's
though.
light work shit.
That's
Yeah.
light work shit. It's not like he.
You saw the video he posted at the gym. Did that though, right? When he pulled up his old Jordan boxes and shit.
Come on,
Like,
bro, like this
dog.
man had the 2005.
but that's what
Jordan
I'm saying.
boxes,
Like dog, like
He said
honestly.
silver boxes. My nigga was pulling out silver boxes.
Like, bro, like I noticed, like we ain't really talk about shit like this on here, but like I be seeing some of these, like these shows, and like I come across these shit on YouTube, and I just see like how shit is on Instagram now with it. And I'm not saying Instagram killed the sneaker game. I'm not saying that shit at all, because at the end of the day, it's the people. It's the people at the end of the day that could like move and how they moving with this certain shit. Like,
right?
you really, I see it. I know who really authentic with the shit, and I know who fake with the shit. And and it's like, come on, man. Like, y'all be giving the roses to the wrong people when it comes to this shit, dog. There's no way Wale should not have had a Nike collab by now, bro. No way.
I mean, no disrespect to Travis Scott or nothing
Nah.
like that. I like his sneakers, but man, Wale, he's been deserved that.
Ben deserved that
It's niggas
collab.
before Travis Scott, Wale should have had shoes before. He should have had shoes before fucking Big Sean. He should have had shoes before 2 Chainz. He should have had shoes before a lot of niggas. Like,
But I feel like them boy ain't gonna let Wale cook like how he want to cook. That's probably why he
Nike
took
would.
one.
I feel like Nike would. I just feel like I don't know.
I feel like they would give him that freedom to create some shit,
They
bro.
should have gave him a foam like in 2009 though. They should have gave this nigga a foam like in 2009,
2010, yeah, 2010. Wale should have been
He shoulda
breakthrough
had
as far as like
He had-
combining.
He was getting like Nike samples back then.
He
like,
was really the one who crossed, like who had the crossing path between rap and the sneaker culture, bro. He was the one who really is the godfather for that shit. Him and Clark Kent.
Man, niggas who I was looking at when I was like during around that time, like it was them boy, but it was also like the niggas on MySpace, the niggas on Nike Talk, like them niggas was low key moving that shit too, but you know,
But Wale was in there.
yeah, but
that same
that's
space.
what I'm
like-
saying. There was the niggas who was moving that shit too, and Wale was moving it, but he was like the face of all that shit. So it didn't matter, bro. Like everybody had fucked with that nigga off that shit, like straight up and down, like.
Oh,
That
listen.
nigga, cause like I remember, bruh, I remember that it was this old Wale video I'm talking about. He was like still like, and I want to say bro was like in this little apartment in DC, and bro was just pulling out sneakers,
Oh,
De
like
La
old
Souls,
shit,
and
like,
he
yeah.
just like ching ching. De
That
La
was like from
Souls.
2007.
2007,
too,
yeah,
like,
that
so,
video.
yeah,
I'm like, bro.
And now that I think
been
about it,
at
I remember seeing that video in 2009, thinking like, damn, like dog really. And now that I think just to think that was 12 years ago. 2007, bruh. I remember seeing that shit and that shit was fresh at that time. Like damn near new, and it's like it's crazy how much time has changed and who they giving they shit to. You know what I'm saying? Like Wale had been deserved all of that shit, bruh. Everything that Travis got going on, like even no disrespect to Ye, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the ones who was doing his thing, but like he should have been what Ye is now.
Yeah, on that sneaker shit.
On the sneaker shit.
Yeah.
Let's be real. We should have had like a Wale like 1 and the 2 or whatever. We should have been had that.
I feel like if they was gonna give Wale any shoe, they should just let him get like a Nike basketball shoe and just freak.
Easy. Let that man freak
I'm
that
cool
shit
with
out,
that.
bro. He hasn't even had a collab, bro.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even if you would have took a retro or
Yeah.
foam or a penny or
Yeah.
a Nike boot.
Basically,
he hasn't
Nike,
had nothing.
Nike, you're fucking up, man. You're fucking up.
Yeah.
If Asics gave this man a shoe, Nike should have been gave this man a shoe.
And I don't know why they turning down these things because like I saw the shit on full size. That's the Jim Jones video was on the full size shit. So I was just like, damn, like how Wale ain't really even been up there yet. You see what I'm saying? Like
Because he don't fuck with Complex for one. Like
Yeah,
that.
Complex. I think Complex sponsored full size run.
Yeah.
And you gotta think at the same time, like I'm pretty sure Wale looking at how I'm looking at it, the only person I probably even fuck with on that panel is Trinidad.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I even want to like mesh my ideas and thoughts with these people on their platform?
Nah,
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
not.
Like I thought that Trinidad had his own show. What happened to his own show?
oh,
like,
he did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. It was a Trinidad, like, what was it? Like, I forgot what it was called, but he had his own show. Like, I used to fuck with that shit.
Yeah, Wale was one of the first ones doing sneaker shopping, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Trinidad James, man. That nigga's still in the game,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out to
Still in the
Trinidad,
game.
man.
That's real talk. Still in the
Yeah.
game.
I appreciate his style too. Like he really has stayed true to his style. Like
Yeah,
And
why
you
would
know-
he start
Crazy
dressing
shit.
weird. Yeah, that's why I fuck. That's another reason why I fuck.
Yeah, I fuck with
He start
Trinidad.
dressing
Like
weird.
he don't have a style that I would necessarily rock him, but I appreciate it because I know it's him. You see what I'm saying? And it's like I know when I see him rocking some shit, I know that only really he could pull that shit off.
Right.
So yeah, I fuck with that shit, bro. I fuck with him. It's just like now, even like dog, like me and him was talking about this shit earlier too. Like even with the cause he asked me if I still be fucking with eBay, and I ain't been on eBay in a minute. Like, and then when I cop my sneakers, I'm copping them shit like off like GOAT. I never bought all Stock X. You know they just had that crazy shit about how they had the fake
Yeah,
Travis Scott
yeah.
ones. And then you know what's so crazy because a nigga was talking crazy to me on Instagram one day. This is sometime last year. I remember showing more about that shit. He was trying to tell me how GOAT sell fakes, and this nigga like is sponsored by StockX and shit.
Oh damn.
You see how funny like how shit go and shit like that. Like
He with the flame.
I never got no fake shit from GOAT, but just to see StockX like have that shit, that cloud over them, that's crazy to me. That's crazy.
Anything's possible.
I still want that sneaker though, but I ain't paying no rack for that bitch.
Yeah.
Man, I'm more like into like I'm just starting to just I'm getting everything that I wanted as a kid growing
Yeah,
up.
that's
So,
what I'm on now, man.
So,
I don't know if y'all saw, I posted my list on Twitter the other day. Like I've been working on that list for about 2-3 years now. I done chopped that shit down.
I'm still looking for like some I'm still looking for the Dallas All-Star Game forces. I still need those in my life. I still need the Air Max the flight posit totals, the Duncans. Still need those in my life.
So I remember when them shit
Hey, man,
came, when them shit
honestly,
dropped
when it
2011, bro. Them
when
shit
it-
sat for a little minute
when it
inside
come down
champs.
to it,
Yeah,
man,
the
this-
Dunk, yeah, them shits was like the silver ones.
Mm-hmm.
what's man's name? Nick DePaula, Joe DePaula,
Joe LaPuma.
Joe
LaPuma? Yeah, he do the sneaker shopping.
Get some real
Boy,
niggas.
I'm about to them sneaker shoppers be whack.
Yeah,
dog.
man,
I be like, dog, who?
We gonna show niggas how to compile a solid rotation, man.
Niggas
Like,
already know what time
have
it is
us
with
up
me,
in one of
bro.
them Flight Club rotations. We pulling out all the classic
All the
orange
heaters.
boxes, all the Alpha Series Nike boxes. We going through everything. We
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
going. We not picking.
Like,
I'm
even-
not picking nothing from the.
Y'all
I'm not
niggas-
picking nothing from the year of 2019 to 2010. I'm
Y'all
keeping
niggas
everything
had-
2010.
Y'all
and
had,
under.
I mean, I fucks with Blueface, but y'all had Blueface on there buying Hirachis that
Hirachis and
you
shit
can
like
get
that.
out Foot Locker. Like, come on, bro.
Like you could really tell who really know this shit on that sneaker shop, and they feel like now they just be going with whoever's trending at
Yeah,
the
that's all
time.
they
You
do.
see what I'm
That's all
saying?
they do.
But
That's
I
a-
fuck with Yachty one. Yachty was
Yachty,
official.
yeah.
Yachty shit was
Yeah,
official.
I know what he talking about.
Yeah,
I
that
fuck
was
with
like
Yachty.
pretty much the only one. I
Even
seen.
like with some, and like don't get it twisted. These athletes don't know shit about sneakers
No,
neither now.
They don't.
Nah, they-
There's a
they-
few of these NFL, like this one of them niggas from the Brown. This nigga called like the 4s, the 5s and shit. Like, yeah, nigga, like, no, y'all don't be, a lot of them athletes don't be knowing they shit, bro. Don't get it twisted. Just because they got a whole bunch of money, got a whole bunch of sneakers, they don't be knowing they shit. And I feel like they just be getting people in there who just be trending at the time. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, hey, do your thing. I ain't tripping. You see what I'm saying? But I recognize the real from the authentic when it comes to the shit.
Like the people who I see who be real with the shit. I see Nick Young. He be having
Josh Childress, he don't play no more, but
Yeah,
he was one of
yeah,
the first niggas
yeah.
on that shit in the NBA. No disrespect to PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker doing his thing, but Josh Childress was really like the first NBA nigga who was on his sneaker
Yeah.
shit, bruh.
him. Who else? Wilson Chandler.
Yup,
was on
he
his
was.
sneaker
Yup,
shit
he was
heavy.
on. He was another one.
J.R. Smith. I give it
Mhm.
to J.R. was on his sneaker shit heavy. I gotta go with who else? Who else is doing anything? I don't know if y'all see Langston Galloway. Have y'all heard of him? He plays
know
for the,
Langston.
yeah he
Yeah.
plays for the he got a good collection. Like yeah, there's a couple niggas here you could tell like who
Yeah.
really know what it is, and there's a lot of niggas in there. I just be like, dog, who was putting these fits together? Like, oh my god, these fits are fucking horrible. Like, you niggas get dressed. Like, how do you pay your stylist that much and you still look like shit? And Nick Young even said, Nick Young said straight up, bro, I don't need no stylist. I was like, you know what?
I think a lot of them boys really do be having these styling. It should be trash, bro. A lot of that shit, niggas. Like that shit Andre Iguodala had on game 1, bro. Fam, stop.
Nah, niggas be trying to go for the pieces that expensive. They don't know how to put the proper outfit around those pieces. So
Color
niggas
coordinating
be
and all
niggas
type
be
of
looking
shit.
Like they just got on like some stupid shit. Like, like I saw Serge had on this raw ass like Greg Lauren. It was like this Greg Lauren like flannel with the hoodie because he do like a lot of like rebuilds. So he had like the flannel with the half hoodie on it and shit. But he had on like the bottom portion of the outfit was so trash. Like I was like, yo, what is going on? Like he had on like some black jeans, like, but it was like the fake ball means, like the PacSun ball means. Then he had on like some big ass black, some big ass white New Balances. I'm like, bro, like, nah, bro, like. It's a fail. Like,
I feel like now being that they incorporate because you even got pages. Remember the shit I sent you earlier? They got this page called League Fits.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
So like
all them shit's ass.
I got to it's gotten to the point now where they really like taking it and a lot of them is trying too hard to be like. I don't care what nobody say. Russell Westbrook do not get fly, bro.
The worst fits.
Listen,
he got the worst fits. Russell Westbrook don't get fly, bro.
Too. That be wild to me, bro. Like
Russell Westbrook don't get fly, bro. He can't dress, fam.
He cannot.
Just being real, he don't get fly.
He came to one game dressed like a cross guard. And I was like, what are you doing, bro?
And he be trying to pass that shit. Oh, like my own. Nah, bro, that shit.
He doing his own thing. Like, nah, that shit is corny. That shit is corny.
Yeah, that shit ass, bro. Like, nigga, we not get that shit out the paint, dog. Like, yeah, do you? But don't, nah. You need to put it into that shit, bro.
Braun the freshest in the league, man.
I don't even know about that one, bro.
Braun freshest.
Braun had some fits on.
The king hold it down, man.
Bro, that suit with the shorts and the.
I saw Sauce Walker with the shoes with the shorts.
Who he saw before that? He saw the fucking king. So like, let's keep.
Hey, keep it a buck. That shit not fly.
Let's keep it a buck.
That shit fly.
LeBron the fly. The short suit is fly.
All right.
I ain't fucking with the short suit.
Hey,
fam.
that's y'all,
Like,
man.
You gotta wear a suit, bro. Wear some fucking pants with that shit, dog.
Man. Kings do king.
You not rocking that shit.
I know Mo's not rocking.
Exactly.
No
So
fucking suit,
that's his
no
man.
fucking
That's the
suit
reason why
shorts.
he's saying that shit.
Hey, well, don't be surprised if y'all see.
I never see you in no suit shorts.
With the short suit, man.
Okay.
The short suit set.
Matter of fact, Tune Wedding coming up. Pull up with that shit.
Nah, that's what it's gonna be cold by then. So
No, ain't gonna be cold. It's gonna be like I think it's like September,
I
October.
already know what theme I'm going for Tune's wedding.
He about to have the
Nigga
Sears-
full of shit.
He about to have a seersucker short suit set. My
Nah,
nigga.
man.
coming through.
I'm coming through dressed like I'm in town for one night only. You know what I'm saying? I'm only in town for one night, baby.
I feel you. But
Honestly, bro, like, there's a couple niggas who really and don't try too hard, bro. Like, they just be simple with the shit, but they still be getting off with their shit, bro. Like,
I fuck with like Shea Gil Alexandria. I be seeing him on some.
Oh,
of
down
his
from the
fits.
Clippers.
Yeah, he be having some good fits. You know?
dog, like Gerald Green. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, his fits be dope, and he don't be doing like no extra shit, but it's still like he still be getting shit off.
PJ Tucker, he get fly to y'all?
I don't like all his suit, like all his fits, but his sneaker game is dope.
Yeah, his sneaker game always A1, but as far as his whole fits,
He funny style.
he funny style.
I fuck more with like if I would compare myself to like some, I fuck with Gerald Green
Hey, real
fits,
talk,
bro.
If I was in the league, bro, I'd be coming through them tunnels dressed like Raekwon or some
Word,
shit, bro.
nigga.
Like, real talk, dog.
Or real shit. I'm coming through like the 07
coming through
Pharrell,
with-
nigga.
yeah,
I'm
with
coming
the-
through with the babe
I'm
sneakers.
coming through
with the
dumb,
babe
like going
shorts.
crazy. Like
Word.
it's like if I had that much money, I'm dressing myself, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like
Dog, and that'd be my thing. These niggas really be having stylists, bro.
yeah, like they really
For the
do.
put with to y'all can't get y'all sneakers and like match the shit, color coordinate.
I mean, for me, bro,
Y'all can't do that shit?
I'm literally getting a list, and I'm just telling I'm not having a stylist. I'm having a runner. Like,
Yeah,
this what I want.
Grab the
just
specific
grab all
piece.
these pieces and
And
just bring
that.
it back. Bro.
I know what I want. Just get that. Don't try to put nothing together for me.
I'm coming through with just all the even from the old World Cup Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
like I'm
everything,
coming
man.
through, bro. I'm coming through
Everything,
swagging
man.
if I was in the league.
Everything.
Bro, you had a fit. You had got off. That shit was raw as fuck with that jacket. With the remember the jackets was real popular back in like
Oh, the race
05.
car jackets,
The race
yeah,
car
with the
jackets
ones.
with
That nigga had me
the
looking for
royal
my
ones.
Dale Earnhardt.
Hey, that shit was
I
fire,
I'm
bro.
looking for my Dale Earnhardt. My Dale Earnhardt.
My dog did get that fit off, bro. I ain't seen a nigga with the race car jacket in a minute, bro. He got that shit off for real. But like that, like shit like that, bro. Like
Yeah, man.
I ain't no NBA niggas pulling that shit off, bro.
Come to Parallel Productions and make your dreams come true, man.
Fly, man. Look at you fly, man.
Real talk though, you gonna have to pay us though, cause this is real street
ain't
vibes.
shit, this shit ain't coming free. No
This is
more,
real street
dog.
vibes, man.
You can have all. That's what I'm saying. Like you can have all the dope sneakers, but dog, if your fit ain't hitting, bro, you just killing the shit, bro. Like, nah, fam.
I know, man. It's all about style. I don't think it's just about like.
But see, that's what make the
Yeah.
shit saturated now because
Yeah.
they think because they got the sneakers, they getting
They can
everything
just
else.
throw anything
They can
on,
throw anything
yeah.
off. No, fam. Just because you got an all red sneaker, you don't have to have on an all
Yeah,
red.
That Russell
outfit,
Westbrook
bro.
shit is hilarious
Yeah.
because it's
That nigga swear he be getting off, bro. Like,
he
nah,
getting
man.
off, and it's gotta be niggas who
And niggas gassing him.
niggas
like,
gassing
you're
this
getting-
nigga.
It's the
like,
gas.
you know what I'm
It's the
saying?
gas.
Russell Westbrook cannot dress, bro. Like,
And it's all about like your style and like your look, like you know, niggas might have looks and I'd be like, you know what, that shit hard, but I know I couldn't pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, and then also like niggas.
Even
need-
with certain, that's why I say with Trinidad, certain shit that he get off ain't really for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have get that shit off.
And it's also people need to stop sleeping on body type. Your body type
dress
determines
for
a
your-
lot
yeah.
for what you put on,
yeah,
bro.
dress for.
That's like for real.
You gotta
like,
dress how you gotta dress for your build, man.
where-
Like,
Cause see, Lee, I like being comfortable with shit. So
I like being comfortable too.
my build, so most of my shit might be a little loose, you know, to a certain extent, but not too crazy. And you know, you go for your looks, and then like you know, certain brands you always gonna fuck with. You know, that's always a given. But it's your body type, bro. Like you can't be putting on no wild shit because your body is not built for that wild shit. Like there's some shit that a tall, skinny, slim nigga could pull off. You know, like you like what 5? You 6 foot? Like
Yeah,
5'3".
6'3".
There's some shit 6'3". There's some shit that you can definitely pull off that there's no way in hell I can get off. And I'm not going to be a 5'8" nigga trying to pull off a 6'3" nigga swag. You know what I'm saying? And there's
Yeah.
niggas who do that shit a whole lot. And it's like, fam, that's not working.
Even just like with certain, like even with big niggas, like they be suffocating
Word,
they
they-
waist area, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like, nah, bro.
If your
just-
shit's a 2X, bro, just wear fucking 2X. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not wrong. You can still get fly now.
Word. Like, it's
Definitely,
nothing wrong with
because
that.
Fat Joe's been doing this shit, bro.
Word. Been getting fly forever, big. Like, it's just
He's another staple, like an originator when it came to crossing over the sneaker with the rap game,
yeah,
bro.
Fat
Like,
Joe sneaker game was always
yeah,
ill, bro.
he was really one of the first niggas to really like him. Wale, like it be too many niggas who ain't really get. How Fat Joe ain't got no collab? Even with an Air Force One, bro.
I mean,
he is their
they
Air
had-
Force One, like
They
really
had
the
Terror
Don.
Squad. I mean, they had the Terror Squad, but I don't think that was like was that an official or was that more like a?
them shit real. Like
I know they're real,
What do you
but
mean?
you know, like if they're like, cause you know, like you got like, are they like limited, like how the Rockefeller ones, like the black?
Oh, they
like,
ain't
yeah.
they didn't have a public release, but it was like a friends and family.
Yeah, that's what I'm
release,
saying. Like
basically,
the friends and family, they didn't
Yeah.
have like a public release, like how they like the Rockefeller Air Force Ones was a public release, the white ones.
Right.
But the black album, Air Force Ones,
Mhm.
them shit was gas, bro.
Yeah, those are hard. The 40-40.
I remember when I
Yeah.
first saw him on Cribs, looking the bottom of his shit,
That
bro.
was
Like
monumental.
that was monumental, bro. Like he was really one of the first niggas, like really fucking with that shit, bro. Like I said, these other cats out there, like May. I didn't know about Mayor until YouTube came out. You see, you know the dude, you know
I heard
Mayor.
of Mary, I heard of
Yeah,
Mary.
so
I knew
like,
about
but
it.
Fat Joe, like he was always, and he got fly with his shit, bro. Like he still get fly.
See, there's niggas who collect sneakers, but I'm more of a like all around style person. So
Yeah.
if I don't care if you got 1,000 pair of sneakers, like how does
What you putting on
what
with
you
that
putting
shit,
on
bro?
with that shit? You know what I'm
You
saying?
can, you can have all of them shit, but your outfit probably be on some cheesy shit, bro.
Word.
So it's like, you know, what you doing with that? And the outfit probably even got to be that crucial. Like, you can come out dressed like this, but
Yeah,
it's
facts.
how you put it on.
Color
how you-
coordinate, bro.
Yeah, how you put it together?
Facts. Like it's just certain shit that you make certain colors pop. Like you can have just like a red dot on your shirt, and then how you color coordinate, you can throw on an all red sneaker.
Yeah.
But don't throw on an all red sneaker with a red shirt
Shirt, word.
and red Nike Tech, bruh. Don't do that
Yeah.
shit, bruh. Like that shit.
Yeah,
That
shit
shit, no. That shit's like getting off, bruh. Nah,
so-
not at all.
Let's get into this boxing match, man, because the English bloke took an L last night to George Lopez.
Gabriel Iglesias, man, like got the dub last night, man.
Nigga lost to a truck driver.
Mechanic out this bitch.
Word.
But no, real talk though. Salute to Andy Ruiz. I had seen his press conferences
Yeah, he
and
was kicking some real shit. that
kicking his
press
real
conference.
shit, and his mom was right there too.
Yeah, I
And
was like, Mom,
his
we ain't
earnings
struggling
went
no
up
more.
crazy, bro. Like he went from getting just like I think like
Yeah, like 30, like
30,000?
4,000, like 2 million or some shit like
Seven.
that. It's 7 million. Damn.
he made $7 million off this fight, bro.
That's what's
And
up.
he got all 4 of the belts. He'll make more now, just all promo.
Yeah, just all promo.
Man, imagine
Salute to
them
that man,
endorsement
because-
checks.
And on top of that, he was a replacement for the fight. And like I tweeted earlier, I said Anthony Joshua like slept on that man when Andy took advantage of a once in a lifetime opportunity, bro. Cause like even before, everybody was like, man, y'all be talking about how Anthony the best, and look who he about to fight, but dog put in work.
And I had seen a video like dog be on his fitness shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like he got quick feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
that's
ain't
what
no
I'm saying.
slouch now.
Nah, he ain't no slouch.
Cause he was like 20. He was like 32-1 or some shit like that before he fought.
Hey, man,
Anthony
this
Joshua.
go
He
to
just
show
went on
you,
the low
man.
end. He just
Yeah.
went on the low end of
The
the
spectrum. That's
Yeah,
all.
the spectrum. That's
Hey, man,
it.
let's
He
go to
needed
show
that
you,
shot.
man. Like, ain't nothing wrong.
You
with
need
the
that shot.
Ain't nothing wrong with Lil Duval workout plan, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Lil Duval workout plan, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
That nigga was quick though. I ain't lying, bro. That nigga feet was fast.
Bro,
out
been
there.
throwing them shit on
Word.
that nigga too.
Dog,
He was
Anthony-
a big nigga with the
When
hands
he
back in
hit
his feet,
Anthony in the back of his head and he started stumbling, I was like, oh yeah, this shit over with, bro. Like,
Bro, you can't go into no boxing match underestimating nobody, dog. Like this man had the biggest upset since Buster and Tyson, bro. It just goes to show, like, yeah, boxing for the most part be consistent, but you just never know, bro.
Do Anthony Joshua deserve to fight Deontay Wilder?
No,
He'll get
he got to
murdered.
redeem himself now.
Get
I mean, but
murdered.
is that fight even gonna hold the same like?
Nah, he got to redeem
Appeal?
himself.
Yeah, he gotta have a rematch and beat dog.
Well, he got to get his belts
Yeah,
back
get his
now.
belts back.
But
Then
what
he need to
I'm
go
saying,
fight
like
Wilder.
the appeal of this fight was both these niggas were
The best.
They the best. And they undefeated. Where they both undefeated, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think so.
do this fight even have the same type of like appeal to it now? If it was to happen,
You got to peep now because Fury undefeated too now. He haven't lost. Him and Deontay both got a draw. So he undefeated. Tyson undefeated. So
I don't know, man.
he got to fight him too.
Yeah, he do
Because
that.
remember when Fury, the first fight between Deontay and Fury, Anthony was trying to leapfrog Fury. He's like, "Hey, bro, like I'm here too now." And a lot of people back wasn't really fucking with Fury because remember he had got out of boxing because he had went into depression and shit, put on crazy weight. Like
Yeah.
that was a good fucking fight. Honestly, in my opinion, I felt like he won it. That's just my opinion based off the fight. But you know, it was gonna be a draw when Deontay got that knockdown. But like, bro, like Anthony Joshua not even seeing Fury, bro. So that's how I look at it. If you had an Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight right now, like I would put my money on Tyson Fury, bro. Because a lot of people didn't think he was gonna hang with Deontay Wilder, and I think he underestimated his speed. Like dog had his reflexes was hitting, but Anthony Joshua now, yeah, he gonna have first like you said, he gonna have to get his rematch to get his. He lost all 4 of his belts last night.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yo.
Your jokes was flying, bro.
How you lose all 4 in one night, dog?
One night.
Like, you lost all 4 in one night, bro.
Hey,
Niggas took all
I've
their
never seen
finishes.
a black
Dog,
man
you know how much money you probably could have won last. You could have put $50 on Ruiz last night and probably walked away with 5 stacks, bro.
I saw some shit where a nigga put up 100 racks on Anthony Joshua. He was only going to win. The thing is, he was only going to win like 5 bands off this bet.
Why would you overbet that?
Yo, that's how the bets work, bro.
That's how the bets work.
Dog, like on Floyd, like if LaShawn McCoy had put a bet up, and I can't remember how much I think he put up like $100,000 or some crazy amount, and he only got back like 10 bands, 20 bands or something
It's
like
better
that.
to bet on the underdog.
It's different. That betting out there ain't like you bet $100,000, you win $100,000. No, that shit different.
I've been tripping because
That shit different.
When the fight happened, I saw Gervonta Davis. He was retweeting the pictures with Anthony Joshua and Drake with the palm hand and the palm face emoji. He was like, "Damn, Joshua got stumped out like that." I was like, "Damn."
Dog, you know what's so crazy? When Floyd and McGregor fought, because my man had hit me up about this shit. He was like, "Hey, bro, like if you put like 500 to a stack, you could have walked away with like double-digit thousands, bro. If he would have won."
Mm-hmm.
That's how them odds work, though.
That's how the odds work.
That shit is crazy, bro. You could put a small bet on the underdog and walk away with some crazy money. So I could imagine if I'm highly doubt anybody put some money on Ruiz last night, bro.
Somebody did.
Somebody
did.
well, his people's probably.
No, they probably somebody out there put a small little.
It's
Trust
fine.
me, if somebody put a little small 200 on him,
And walked away with probably like 10 bands.
10 bands, they came out. You know, cause that shit. If I knew how to really get in with that gambling shit out there,
You would have did it.
I would definitely did that shit, bro. Cause like I'll lose $200. Where I mean, that's the only $200.
It's $200. Yeah, you right.
The only imagine if you win that, you know.
I think they'll tell you too how much you could win based off of what you place.
When the ticket price, it'll tell you how much.
Oh,
you can
okay.
Win. That should tell you like how much you can win and what you could lose.
So you think Dog gonna redeem himself, or he gonna go the Adrian Broner route and just start taking more L's?
Nah, I think Bro gonna try to redeem himself.
And I respect him last night for his post, bro, giving that man his respect.
for winning that. I fuck with that. Ain't too many boxers would have did that shit.
Hey man, it's tough. It's tough to say, man. It's tough.
But at least it gives boxing a little bit, and then some more excitement.
Man.
Then boxing excitement comes.
It hit a time where it was dying.
Heavyweight boxing back. I'll say
Heavyweight boxing definitely
heavyweight
back.
boxing is
The
back.
welterweight class, I don't know, fam. That shit kind of hurting, but I don't know. There's this one box I fuck with. He fresh. He 2-0. I had tweeted about Ammo Williams.
Right.
Y'all need to check him out. I think dog next
I'm
up.
looking at man.
Ammo Williams, dog is nice, bruh. Like for real, I fuck with him. I want to see him win. So,
All right.
yeah.
Game 2, NBA Finals.
My dog got his finals pick right though. You picked the Raptors to go to the finals, innit?
Yeah, I picked that.
He did pick the Raptors to go to the finals.
Yeah, I picked that early
in the season. Early in the season, he picked the Raptors.
Because you said
I said Pacers and Celtics.
Yeah, and I was like, what about the Raptors? I think the Raptors are going to do that shit. So, I still think the Raptors are going to lose this shit.
I give you credit on that one. You hit the nail on that one.
I saw that one, I saw what Kawhi was doing. I saw what Kawhi was doing early.
So
at least you can say you one of the niggas who wasn't hoeing Kawhi on no system shit in San Antonio.
No,
like he couldn't
I
carry
know.
no team. Yeah, dog, he been doing that shit, bro.
Kawhi is not a.
He ain't no system nigga. And neither is Tim Duncan. None of them niggas. They just great fucking
They
players.
flourish wherever they go. So game 2, who y'all got tonight?
I got the Warriors tonight.
I got the Warriors winning.
I don't see the Warriors being
I
down
don't see
2-0.
0-2. Yeah.
They haven't been down 0-2 and Steve Kerr.
They haven't been down 0-1.
That's true too.
But they don't have the home court advantage this time around.
It's different.
It's kind of different.
And I remember I text Mo because I thought GS had home court, but they won one more game over them.
Raptors had the best.
And don't the Raptors got the tiebreaker over them too, as far as like because they put
Head to
two
head?
times.
They beat them twice.
They beat them twice. But I still think
I think the matchups favor them, but the Warriors got the experience.
Yeah, and I also think
It favors the Raptors, but the Warriors, like the hype of the finals, it'll settle down for the Warriors because they've been there. Yeah. So that's why I'm giving them the edge. But the matchups, it don't favor them.
Nah, but the thing is, what I see with Golden State is like, you only played the Raptors 2 times this year. You didn't really get like a real like feel for them boys. It's not like how you play Cleveland. Like you damn near play Cleveland every year in the finals. So now you're placing somebody different. You got to kind of feel them out a little bit. Game 1 was kind of a feel out. Them niggas had a 10-day break. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for a team like that, I feel like the best thing for them to do is constantly keep playing because they're a little older. So you got to keep yourself a little bit more sharper. People like to say rest is a big thing, but honestly,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either because I feel like once, like you're already in the groove by this point, you're damn near, you're going to the finals.
They had a 9 days rest.
Where you better off keeping the groove up and keep playing. So when they took that 9 days off, then try to play game 1 to a team who you really don't know them like that. Right. So when you see Siakam busting Draymond Green ass for that 26, I'm gonna give it to Draymond.
34
with 34. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he has not played this nigga like that. So I know Draymond Green's a good defender. He ain't the greatest of all time, but I know Brez a better defender than what he showed in
he
game
is.
1.
Them games happen.
Them
games
so
happen.
I know he
I hear what you're saying, but
doing
on
his
that
homework on that.
On that matchup, from watching that matchup.
You don't think there's nothing they can do with
And mind you now, Danny Green ain't really get off like how he
from watching that
he's
matchup,
gotten off at finals before too.
That Draymond Siakam matchup.
It favors Siakam.
It favors Siakam.
Yeah, it
like
does.
I'm looking at both sides of the court, and all right, what Siakam had 34 that first game.
Yeah.
All right, Draymond had 10 points. So it's like that's what Draymond going to give you. They don't give you no more than 10 to 15 points.
And Iggy's not really 100, but he playing, so I'm not even gonna say
and that man was playing defense on the other side on Draymond too. Man had like 3 to 4 blocks.
That's true.
So it's like it's not like this. It's not like you losing on one side of the court with Siakam. Like he's playing both sides. So it's like I don't know. That might be the X factor matchup right there. Cause like after game 1, like I was listening to a lot of the post game, and it was like, where else are they gonna get their points at?
Besides Steph and Clay,
where else they getting?
Yeah, they have to be getting busy because that's who everybody else feeds off of them getting all. That's why you have Iggy getting his 16. You might have Looney getting his 13. You might have Draymond getting his because they getting busy. Now, if they not getting busy and they just getting their 15, 16, that's not enough.
And they bench play for the Warriors. They're using a lot of people from the bench, but
Quinn Cook is not.
It seemed like their bench play is not as strong as
They used to be because that's how they adopted the model strength in numbers.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's not what it used to be.
and shit. People keep saying KD about to come back. I don't think KD's coming.
Dog, they
back.
playing with this KD shit, bro. Like I don't think they being 100
holding
about
them
this
down.
shit.
They holding them down because they ain't trying to like possibly fuck up nothing. You know, him getting his money or whatever. But it's like,
If you trying to win, bro, you gotta put the if the nigga can play, like
I just feel like
gotta
this is a
play 'em.
matchup. If the Raptors can mentally stay focused, they matchup favors them.
matchup favors them a lot.
But I gotta see how
They
they.
more
I gotta
physical in
see
the
how they
paint.
respond on the road though, because the playoffs really
Yeah.
don't count to me unless the other team.
You gotta
wins
switch
on the
home
road.
court. Yeah.
You gotta win them. I gotta see them win one and Golden
They gotta
State.
win one in
Because
GS.
I know for a fact that Golden State
Oh, yeah.
could
They can win in
easily.
Toronto.
They can win a couple in there. They can win like a couple in Toronto. But I gotta see if Toronto could get some in Golden State. At least get
Right.
one game in Golden State.
Right.
But it's gonna.
Who you got winning the series?
I still got the Warriors winning the series. I was gonna say the Warriors in 5, but I'm gonna keep this shit trill, dog. This shit probably gonna go 6 or 7. I had the Warriors in 5.
I had Warriors in 6.
I think the Warriors.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Raptors won in 6 in Golden State.
Can we make a determining decision based on what happens tonight?
No,
Nah,
because
I
they haven't
gotta-
been home yet.
Yeah, I gotta see. Loud. If the Raptors catch Game 3 at home and they win, then this is going to be a real series, and this shit's going 7.
I don't. If they go down 0-2, I think the Warriors definitely take Game 3. They got no choice.
Yeah, they're going to take Game 3.
Game 4 will be the
Determining.
determining factor of the series.
Because if Raptors get Game 4, then they got Game 5 at home, and that's gonna be hard.
That's
When
gonna be
that game-
hard,
it's gonna be hard
bruh.
When a Game 5 you down 3-1, and you at their house.
Hey man, Braun did it.
Yeah, it's been done. It's definitely been done.
But I mean,
Braun and Kyrie did it.
but shit, I fuck.
But
with
the
Steph,
factor
but I
is,
don't know if
and
Steph
I'm
can do
sorry,
that.
bro. Like
I don't know if Steph can pull that.
Kawhi is not DeMar DeRozan, bro.
He's not.
Hey, he might seal that fucking deal going up 3-1, going back home, bro. You just never know, bro. That man, you got to think about what this man accomplished in 1 year. I don't care if he wins a championship and leaves Toronto and goes to the Clippers. He's forever a legend in that city.
He's a Raptor legend.
Yeah, he's a Raptor, and just based off of 1 year, bruh. That's why I be seeing posts with DeMar DeRozan talking about, let's give credit to the man who started the up north. No, that was Vince Carter, fam. Like,
Yeah, I was-
Vince Carter.
Yeah.
nah, that's
I was
Vince.
like- I
That's
was like,
VC, bruh.
Where's VC?
Like,
and why the Raptors did that shit before getting one? They had Isaiah,
All the old,
Isaiah
yeah.
Thomas. Y'all had fucking Junkyard Dog up there. Y'all had fucking Trey T-Mac.
Damon.
I'm with T-Mac.
them boy had Damon.
Y'all had Damon up there. I'm with that.
I can see Damon because
Have
Damon was like their
Muggsy.
first draft
I
pick.
can
Y'all
see
had
Tracy
Muggsy
being up
Bogues.
there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with that. But
yeah.
where the fuck VC at, bro?
Exactly. He is the greatest Raptor of all time,
but,
bruh.
but their organization, like, they didn't end on a good note. If you remember, because he got traded to the Nets.
I remember that.
Brett did not want to leave Toronto.
I remember
They
that.
didn't want to pay him or something?
I forgot what the
I
whole
can't fuck-
situation
you-
was, but
you gotta
they
remember-
didn't leave on a good note, though. I know they didn't end on a good
Bruh,
note.
before then,
He did get
he
busy
was
in New
he
Jersey.
was the one who carried him like the deepest in the playoffs,
Yeah.
bruh. He
Yeah,
had that
one
epic
man-
that epic series with
With the
Iverson
76ers, yeah.
in 01.
Before Iverson played the Bucks.
Yup. So like y'all, VC is the greatest Raptor of all time. Like
Yeah.
he even better than Bosh. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with Bosh.
They had Bosh up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they had Bosh up there.
and deserving because
Hey,
Bosh
honest-
was holding it down.
Yeah. He how long was 7 years just like Braun?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
03
03 to
03 to
010.
2010.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that, bro. I ain't mad at Bosh being up there.
Bosh was getting busy up there too.
But man, they had a junkyard dog there. No offense.
Yeah,
Why the
y'all
fuck
had.
a junkyard
If y'all
dog
got
up there?
JYD,
Yeah.
y'all could have made that call to Vince.
Yes, word.
Y'all could have made that call to Vince and got that shit.
Someone had Damon
rectified.
Stoudemire up there,
Yeah,
bro.
But Damon was their first draft pick. I
Damon
think.
got busy for the.
Yeah,
Okay.
Damon was legit when he was.
Yeah, cause they
Damon always
franchise
been
was
nice.
birthed in what 95,
94.
94, yeah.
He was like I think like he was their first draft pick.
Yeah, I fuck with Damon being up there. Damon just really put in his work with Portland, though, man.
Yeah, but he did his thing up there.
Yeah, he did his
Shout out
thing.
Damon Stoudemire, University of Arizona alumni. You know how we hold this shit down. Point guard, you.
That is your college, isn't it?
So, of course, since
Yeah.
04, we're not even gonna speak on that Illinois game. You know, what I'm saying? We don't speak on that shit. But you know, we hold.
Hey,
it
Bibby
down.
held it down for y'all in
Yeah,
'97,
he held that shit down. Him and Miles.
and my dog had the phone posits on too.
We started. We was one of the the sneaker conglomerates, you know, of college basketball.
Hold on, I don't know about that one.
UConn. It's
I
us
don't
and
know about
UConn.
that.
We got the best sneakers. It's us and UConn.
It's Arizona and UConn.
It's
bro.
Arizona and
Top
UConn,
two,
bro.
bro.
So just fuck Michigan. With the
Fuck
Fab
Michigan.
Five.
Fuck Michigan.
With the
Fuck
Fab
Michigan.
Five.
They never got busy.
All
like
they
how-
had, all they
that's
had
a
was
moment.
the sink,
That
bro.
was a moment.
But
That,
nigga,
we talk
got
about
years.
consistency. We talk about a
Timeline of sneakers,
consistency of
nigga.
seasons.
Foams,
Yeah, like that one season that was it for Michigan.
I
bro.
give y'all that.
No,
I'm
nigga
not
got
debating
no-
UConn. Arizona, I probably got to give that to Arizona though. Yeah, you're right.
The
Mike
Big- the
Bibby
Big
was
in general has some-
Mike Bibby
some
was
good-
flexing with the phone pods in the national championship game. That was legendary.
No, I'll say when Kansas had their Nike contract before they switched to Adidas, they had some heavy hitters. Texas had some good.
Who from Texas?
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
when the Jordan team
Cincinnati used to
sponsored.
hold
Yeah.
when it was a Jordan team. They used to get busy.
I don't know about
They used to
Texas.
get busy.
Yeah, Texas. LaMarcus Aldridge was coming through. KD was coming through.
Oh
who
no,
else was
yeah,
coming
you
through?
right. You right. Yeah, you
They had
right.
some good-
DJ Augustine.
Yeah.
Kemba had the countdown pack 11s on, bruh.
I don't know how he was playing ball. That's one of the worst cut sneakers of all time, bro.
Bro, I can't believe that sneaker is 11 years old. Oh, you right, cause I low key I rock that sneaker, but it is cut
My
terrible.
11s, yeah, like, 'cause I
The 11 on the countdown pack is
that
cut
was one of the
terrible,
worst
fam.
Because I had him in a 9.5. I felt like I should have got a 10 in them shit.
Yeah.
Cause them shit used to be so
Yeah,
tight right here on
that was one of the
side,
worst
bro.
cut shoes I've ever had in my life.
You had to get them shit a couple, like a size or two, like a size bigger.
Yeah, man. So what else? We got anything else, man? We
That's
good?
about it, man.
I mean,
That's about it.
Speaking on fashion, I just want to let niggas know, hey man, it's real in the field. So y'all niggas stop wearing them fake ass bulletproof vests. Dog.
Mm.
Y'all niggas
Yeah,
wearing them
man. Y'all
bulletproof
making a
vests for
mockery of some
fashion.
real shit going on.
Y'all making
man.
bullets real out here. Niggas
Y'all-
dying out here. Y'all niggas wearing bulletproof vests, dog.
talk your
FNs go
shit.
through vests,
You're
22s
not
go
jigging
through
with the
vests.
rollie in the vest, man.
Talk your
Niggas
shit.
Not jigging with the rollie in the vest. I just want y'all niggas.
So
to
they
stop
got
wearing that
they got
shit.
a brand out here that's
Nah,
making
a lot of brands coming out with these bulletproof vests and
I'm
shit.
like,
I
nigga,
just
them
like,
shits
man,
is
like,
not gonna save you when it's
shit's
like
not gonna
niggas got
save-
real beef with fake vests. What type of time is that?
yeah, like that ain't.
I just want to let y'all niggas don't stop
That's
doing that
not-
shit, dog.
We wouldn't even want to put that type of energy. Like, why
Word.
you even wearing? Why you wearing that, man? Like, come on, bro.
I think that shit I feel like that shit is disrespect. Like,
Yeah,
don't
like,
you wear
22s
that
break
shit?
through them shit, dog.
Hey,
Like,
what you
fall
doing,
back.
man?
22s break through
What are
them
y'all
shit,
doing, man?
Stop
Like,
playing,
come on,
man.
bro. And stop. Yeah, man. So,
What else you want to get off your chest, man?
I mean, yeah, I said everything I had to say, man. You know, niggas not gonna be talking about the Chuck crazy on the internet. You know, we ain't going for that. Like I said, niggas gonna have to start checking in. You know,
I'm just saying, just for that level of disrespect, it's like, dog, like everybody know we're like, yeah, there's other little towns and shit that they might, you know, get.
everybody give it up to the Chuck,
But
man.
niggas already know what it is, bro.
I-
Niggas know where the waviest niggas from the state come from.
I've been
like,
to different in my college days and then just my days of moving around the state. When niggas be like, "Hey, I'm from Charleston," it's a different type of
It's an
respect shown.
automatic respect,
It's a
nigga.
different type of respect shown in the room. So let's not get on the internet and start typing spicy.
Niggas
guys.
already know. Charleston niggas come through the college campus, they running that shit. You know what I'm saying? We
Off
trapping
top.
out your dorm room. Niggas fucking your bitches. Like, nigga, this is scene
all y'all,
actions.
all the deltas and what's the other ones? The
AKAs.
y'all, we driving y'all cars.
Word.
Yo, y'all already
You
know what
I'm
time
saying?
it is.
You already know one of them bitches fuck with a Charleston nigga. It's like facts, dog.
It's
like,
going down.
we don't
So
go nowhere.
let's not forget the history books, guys.
Word.
That's
Niggas,
all I'm
niggas
saying.
done came through and ran a whole campus. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Rocket.
Charleston niggas run all college campuses. Like, nigga, if you, any nigga who go to any school I've ever been to, dog, is a Charleston nigga running that campus in some form or fashion. I don't give a fuck from any angle.
It's a nigga from the Chuck at Lander right now holding that
Shit down, running
So
that shit.
let's not act crazy, guys.
It's a little nigga at Presbyterian College, nigga, just
holding it down.
holding it down. You know what I'm saying?
Got them thing on deck. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, like I say every week, if you hear something on the show that gets you in your feelings, you want to talk about it, always remember,
With just some messages.
we out.